And we're live! That's how you do it. That's how you do it. I don't think that was caught on live. Yeah, so we're good there.
Yeah.
It's been a fortnight.
Yeah.
Do we not do it like that? Is that like, Charles? I get it, dude. Can you just let me get the whole thing going and then I'll do it? No. I'm gonna go ahead and introduce everybody but Charles.
There we go.
We got Tom.
What's up?
Good. Napoleon.
Hello, welcome to the Spoiler Deep Podcast.
There we go.
Okay. Don't think that's a thing anymore, right? Rob, how you doing?
Hey!
Wow, okay.
Hey, fuck me. Yeah.
Yeah. You know? Okay, well, this one's starting out strong. So, let's go down the list here of what we got to do. I think today...
Go, I'm just laughing.
Yeah, you are.
Stop the whole thing!
It feels like you're making me feel weird about this whole... Okay, that sucks. That's too bad.
It's going to be a real test of my editing prowess.
Pretty good. Hey, you're up for a challenge.
I am.
Yeah. Wouldn't be fun if it wasn't a challenge.
Right, okay. So let's start out with Game of Thrones, since that was, I think, the biggest thing that happened in the last fortnight.
There was 2 episodes. 2 episodes we have to cover.
We have 2 episodes we need to cover, yeah.
Battle of the Bastards and Winds of Winter.
Okay, yeah. So, do you guys want to just break down the first episode first, or just...
No, let's break down the last one, and then we'll just go back to the first
Okay, I'm glad to be a piece of shit today. Well, how about with that? Let's start with Tom. Yeah, how you doing?
Don't make Rob laugh. His beanbag squeak.
I don't know. It's a very off room we got going on here. But, no, let's go with Battle of the Bastards. There was a couple bastards. They battled. What a great review of the episode. No, I thought it was good. I thought it was awesome because Ramsay finally got what was coming to him. Oh, yeah. Which was something that's been needing to happen for many seasons. Like, when you think back to, where he's been, it's like, get your fucking hand out of there. When you think of how many seasons we've had Ramsay, when he just started off chopping Theon's dick off, and it's like, that was a long time ago he's been dickless.
And pretending to eat it?
It's been a long time. Bald sausage.
No. His face was so...
No. Yeah.
I thought he was going to be a likable character, at that point. Okay, fucked up Theon, but fuck Theon. I didn't like him. So it was okay, I kind of like when you torture someone I don't like. And then he got too...
It was too much.
He got too much really quickly.
He got too much, and he needed to go. There's still a little bit of, part of him that I kind of just enjoy as a villain, where he's just kind of schmuckish, hey, let's play a game, the way his demeanor is kind of it's a good villain.
Well, I know Charles kind of liked him.
Oh, I loved him. I loved to hate him.
Right,
he was such a hateable character. He played.
Did you like to hate him more than people like to hate Joffrey?
Oh yeah,
because Joffrey was somehow even though they're the same level of piece of shit. Somehow Joffrey, I just wanted him, to go even more. I mean, I was very ready for Ramsay to go.
That's just because Joffrey was more
he's in
charge, I think, of shit. He was, the king. While Ramsay was just kind of this little side...
I get one, and I guess to that point, too, Ramsay was, a little bit more clever. Yeah. And, he was actually smarter. Where, Joffrey was a piece of shit, and he was just, an idiot, and he was young, and he was immature.
Yeah.
Ramsay, at least, was, super crazy, but he was, pretty smart.
Very conscious about what he was doing.
Yeah, very smart in everything he was doing. And
he had a plan, and he was really smart to carry it out, and he kind of had his...
He actually had, a good battle mind. He was the one that was, making it, so they piled those bodies up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He knew what he was doing.
He
knew exactly what he was doing.
He won!
He was fucking
until the mail showed up.
He won! He beat them! And then there's some cheaters from the side.
Right?
Fucking sneak attack, sucker punch.
I love his face when it showed up. He's just looks all bummed out. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I won!
Yeah.
Got Jon to fall right into his plan.
Oh, yeah.
Which I actually found, a little bit irritating. Because, literally that's what Sansa was telling him. Don't do what he wants you to do. Yeah, don't you worry. And then it's
Yeah.
I get it.
But that's hard,
I get it.
though.
But you see fucking Rob running this way, you let him get killed. Like, it's fucking obvious what he's trying to do.
And Sansa,
Alright, like if the motherfucker's running and he ain't swerving, let him die. Like,
I don't know. I think if he swerved, he would have been hit by one of those stray ones.
That's his baby brother. He's known him.
I mean, here's the thing. I get it.
If that was Coop running up, would you just sit there and just let him get arrowed, or would you fall right into the trap?
Trap.
Right. So with that being said, it sucks. There's nothing you can really do. And I was actually I know Rickon was like such a non-character.
I felt bad for him.
But like, I always kind of held out hope that like because he was such a non-character that there'd be a part where his purpose would he would become a character.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's just like him and that wildling went on like a little like we're going on a side adventure, and then you never found out what that side adventure was. It was just them getting kidnapped, her fucking murdered, and him shot.
Well, I mean, I don't know about you. I mean, I always kind of like root for the Starks. Like, so anybody who's kind of a Stark, I'm kind of like rooting for. So yeah, like you said, because you never know. It's like one of those things. Like, yeah, he might have been minor in the beginning, but he could have been
right. He could have turned into something where it's like, oh shit, no one like gave him a second look,
or not too.
Yeah, or not.
Yeah.
I mean, he was just an innocent kid, too, and he seemed like a nice kid. He didn't deserve to get arrowed like that.
He did not deserve to get arrowed like that.
I mean,
got arrowed multiple times.
That's what I hated. I mean, people are like, man, he wasn't a character, and he didn't zigzag or whatever, but...
it's bull.
I'm like, if you were actually getting... You were going to get arrowed and you were running for your life, would you zigzag like that? I don't think you would.
I don't know what...
if you were a kid...
well, if you were a kid, I don't know.
If you're a kid, it's hard, yeah.
And you see Jon Snow riding towards you, and you're like, oh, if I can just make it, you know.
Yeah.
You're right.
And the whole zigzag thing, like Ramsay missed those first 2 or 3 shots on purpose, right? He looked over because Ramsay's like noted for being like a really good shot. I mean, he's humans, right?
It was obvious that he missed him.
Yeah, so I don't know why people are complaining. Nah, he should have zigzag. No, he would have gotten hit with the zigzag.
Yeah.
So why would he have got hit with?
Because Ramsay would have seen him zigzagging.
Yeah, if Ramsay wanted to
his pattern out or something.
Yeah, if Ramsay wanted to shoot him, he could shoot him.
Yeah.
Whether it was
I mean, here's the thing. I get what you're saying, but I mean, zigzagging is going to be like. I mean, if it gives you a 5% extra chance, it gives you a 5% extra chance.
Yeah, but with everything going on, it's like I don't.
I'm not even on Team Zigzag. I'm just saying, like when you're so against the zigzag, it's like, well, I mean, there is something there.
Plus, with the show and the big scope that they made it film, it made it seem like he let him get far, far away. But he's shooting arrows at him. So
you can't do things like that. Fucks everybody up.
So like he was still in that range where he could hit him. Like he didn't have to do the big arcing shot. He just had to aim like he did and put it right through his chest. He was in range of being shot. So it's not like a zigzag would have helped that much. It's not like he could have turned, seen Ramsay loose the bow, and then just gone in a different direction. He was in that distance where the he was in that distance where the arrow was going to hit him pretty freaking quick. So.
Yeah. I was bummed about Rickon, and I was bummed about 1-1 the Giant. That like legitimately bummed me out about the episode.
That was heartbreaking.
It's just like fuck. Like I'm like, is he's just the last Giant? Is that what we're?
Yeah,
I think so.
He's just the last Giant. Because I remember there was like a bunch of them during the Battle of the Wall.
There was 2 of them.
There was 2.
Oh, there's 2?
Yeah.
There's not a lot to begin with.
And one got crushed by...
One
got killed at the gate.
Only 2? I thought I remember seeing a lot.
There's only 2.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot.
How's only 2? Are they just banging each other?
I think they're not a heavily populated race.
I'm sure there's other giants out there.
I mean, yeah, there probably other giants out there.
Like Harry and the Henderson.
Yeah.
They're behind the trees. You don't see them where they want to be seen.
No, and I'm not sure like how, like you could. I guess we never were like the farthest north you could be.
Yeah.
I mean, we were even when Jon Snow was north, he was just like right beyond the wall. It wasn't.
Yeah, they always made it back.
It wasn't that far.
Those are just like the giants that Mance was able to recruit, right? Because he had that whole like free folk.
Right, but I think the giants are they're limited on how many they have. But
there was like a bunch of tribes, huh? There was those like shitty bald ones.
Yeah, the Fen.
Yeah, the shit tribe.
Yeah,
tribe. Yeah. Okay, well, yeah, but still, I'm still bummed out.
What happened to all of them?
They got killed.
That whole crew got killed at the Battle of the Wall.
They got killed at the wall.
Yeah, fuck that! I hated that guy.
I wasn't so.
You don't know who he is, do you?
I wasn't so sad at 1-1 because you just knew he wasn't gonna make. I just knew
it was pretty. I kind of with that too. I mean, I know sometimes it doesn't matter, but like I was a little with that too. I was like, going into the episode, like you kind of know that.
But there was a bunch of times where I thought he wasn't going to make it. Like even like in the Hard Home one, I thought like, oh, they're going to get a giant white thing because like. Right. I thought he was going to die there because they were all going on and he looked overwhelmed.
That's a good point.
Even there, he looked overwhelmed by the time he even got into Winterfell. I thought he had like 20 arrows in him. So I was like, he's pretty, like, hard. I didn't want him to get a fucking arrow in the eye.
That's a good point.
Just like,
let me ask a question here to Rob. Because I know how, like, what your theory is on like, who makes it. Did you ever in that episode at all think that Jon Snow might not make it?
No. I 100% knew he was making. That's the thing with that episode. I mean, okay, maybe 100% is a little BS, but the whole shot, anything can happen anytime. It can, but there's a certain pattern to the story if you watch it that they're not just going to kill Jon Snow. That was the only big problem with that episode was it was a great episode, but you just kind of knew what was going to happen. You knew Jon Snow was going to win.
The only reason Jon Snow is like, well, they're not going to kill him is because of the whole R plus L equals J. There's so much, he's like, there's so much more backstory. We're not finished with him yet.
Well, I know for me, like, when I was watching it, like, obviously, like, I think that Jon Snow doesn't make it, but I kind of got a little more worried than I thought I would on a couple times. Like, when he was getting buried that way, he was getting buried that one time, I was like, wait a minute, are we...
Yeah.
And you kind of, when you're watching the episode, you kind of forget. I kind of forgot about the fucking other shit, the Tower Joy stuff. I just wasn't... I was just engulfed the episode. If I would have been thinking of that, I would have been like, oh yeah, he's gonna make it, because they didn't solve that fucking shit yet. But, like, in that episode, when he was getting engulfed, I was kind of like, how the fuck do you get out of this? Like, this is how it goes? Like, that sucks.
No, but that's...
I mean, a little bit. You know what I mean? You're still kind of like, I'm not like, yeah, man, that's it. But, like, I was kind of, like, a little nervous. More than I thought I was going to be going into the episode.
Yeah, I agree.
I even got a tiny bit nervous when, like, he was, like, the one guy out there. I'm like...
what I'm saying is people think Jon Snow is safe because he seems to have, based on what we've all read, way more importance.
No, I agree.
But I remember it's Game of Thrones where it's like anybody who's been like the King of the North. And it's like, oh, there goes that story.
I mean, I agree with what Rob's saying. Like, Jon Snow does seem so much safer than everybody else, but like. Sometimes when I'm watching episodes like this one, I'm like, yeah, and because it's Game of Thrones, I'm kind of like, I don't know, they could just fucking cut him. And then for some reason, the next episode, we find out that his mom was whoever, but he's dead, so it's like, it doesn't matter. Yeah. It's just like something they do sometimes.
Yeah, I mean...
Wouldn't that have been cool?
The thing with Jon, though, too, is they did the whole thing where they brought him back to life. So it's like, if you bring a character back to life, it would just seem stupid to kill him, like, just stupidly.
Yeah, but at the time, I thought it was dumb to cut fucking Robb Stark's throat, but they did that.
It's dumb, but...
At the time, I thought it was dumb that they fucking killed Oberyn, but they did that. I thought it was dumb they were going to kill Ned, but did that. I mean...
Yeah, but that's
I thought it was dumb they killed Marjorie, but they did that. So it's like...
that's different, though. That's like they died unexpectedly, but Jon Snow died unexpectedly, and then they brought him back.
Yeah.
So it's like, you're just going to bring him back from a story perspective.
So short perspective, yes, but the guy kills off people. Like, it's almost as if it's really a fucking medieval... Like Time Watch is like, yeah, even your important characters can die.
Hold on. So we know Rob wasn't worried at all. You know, I was a little worried at times. I mean, I know you sounded like you were a little bit worried, Tom.
I was a little worried.
Charles?
Because it got to a point where it's like, yeah, even with the Knights of the Vale come, it's like the handful, it looked like the people that were surrounded, it was like, there's what, like fucking 20 guys there? Yeah. Like, yeah, if you bring the Knights of the Vale, that's what, like 1,000 more? They're still outnumbered, is all I thought.
Charles, were you nervous a little bit?
Yeah, I was nervous. I was watching here, which was fucking amazing. Like, my home theater. But, whenever I saw, like, Jon trying to get Rickon, and then, like, he's dead, and he's just charging, and then the other guy's like, okay, charge. I didn't think they were going to make it on time, because it got all slow-mo and stuff. I was like, oh, shit. He may die. Like, I couldn't say for certain that he was... I was really worried.
It's one of those things where I feel dumb now that I was as worried as I was when I was watching it, but they did a good job of, like, I was somewhat worried about him.
Yeah, like, in the moment,
I was a little irritated in the moment, too. I was like, what are you fucking doing, Jon? The fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, I get it. Now, at that point when Rickon, you went out there, I'm running for Coop. Coop gets hit. Right? Rickon gets hit. I'm not sure I would have charged at that point. I might have, like, okay. But I don't know. Napoleon, were you worried at all?
I was actually very worried.
Yeah.
I didn't, like, I was on the edge of my seat, like, this show, nobody's safe. And I get it, they brought him back. Like, I totally get, like, yes, it'd be weird for them to kill him, but it'd be weird for them to kill a lot of people that they killed.
Yeah.
The way they killed them. The show, it's kind of unpredictable in that, which is good.
Because the show does that, where, like, you feel like a character has so much more to do, and they kill him.
Like Marjorie.
Like Marjorie. I mean, now it doesn't matter, but, like, I always go back to this. I felt like Oberyn had so much more to do. And even in that part, like, the way they... No, but they classically build that scene up as if he's not going to get killed. Because remember when he's talking to... what's the paramour's name? What's her name? Rob?
What? Who?
His lady. His wife. Not his last wife.
The Sand.
His paramour. Paramour?
Fuck.
Elenia? No.
Elena, right?
Elena. I think it's Elena.
Sand?
Sand. She's a Sand.
Alara, maybe?
Alara.
Illyria. It's one of those.
Well, remember he talks to her and he goes like, "Today is not the day I die," which is like a classic, like, yeah, he ain't gonna make it. They never state like that things in movies. So I was like, "Hey, he might make it." And he's kicking the shit out of him. He's like getting all like his justice. He's about to like everything, and then like boom, head watermelon smashed, and that's it. And it's like, okay, I felt like there was more there. So I mean, you never know with this show.
Well,
Type of thing.
I thought there was a possibility they would lose the battle. The possibility of Jon Snow dying never even crossed my mind, especially when he was getting like covered.
It's like I almost want him to die, just like shit.
Well, cool. Dude, if Jon Snow dies, then like holy shit. But like he's not gonna die. I'm just mark my words. He's not gonna die till the end if he does.
Were
die.
you nervous for Davos?
Yes, I was nervous for Davos and Tormund.
Yeah, I thought
Tormund was
we all thought Tormund because this is like
fucking.
this is the perfect type of episode for someone like him to go,
Yeah.
where it's like
Tormund,
big battle. Like,
Tormund and Davos were very killable in that scene.
Yeah.
They're the type of characters that you kill, and I was like, fuck. But I had when Jon was getting covered with the bodies, like I actually kind of thought he was gonna, because there's this whole thing, right, where Jon's like the chosen one, like Azor Ahai or whatever, and it's like I thought he was gonna get some power with like Lightbringer. I thought they were gonna do something cliche, which I'm glad they did.
he seemed to definitely like. I'm not sure they allude to it too much, but anytime, like especially that battle, like he seemed to like get like lucky, like things will pass him instead of hitting him.
He has plot armor.
What?
Oh, I got
that.
Yeah.
It just threw me off for a second. Like,
Because you always have like this. You always have the
What is that?
names for stuff. So I was like, plot armor. It's not even hard to have trouble saying.
yeah, I can handle plot armor. No, you mean like is it the plot and it's Jon Snow?
Right, because any other character, right, you put like Davos drawing a sword in front of 20,000 knights, Davos is dead. Jon Snow, the arrows miss him conveniently, like he's...
The guy is holding his arrow in the head, like...
Well, that was a big thing people complained about, because when 1-1 got killed, they're like, why didn't Ramsay just kill Jon? Because Jon wasn't even paying attention.
Why didn't he shoot him when he was going for Rickon, either? He could have shot him there.
I thought about the 1-1 one,
I guess that's true.
I thought about that as like, if you're Ramsay though, like, I know he was down, he was hurt, but like, you still maybe would shoot the bigger threat first.
Yeah.
Like, maybe if you would have shot...
I have no problem with that.
You would have shot Jon Snow, but then like, if that guy, like, he could maybe potentially beat Jon Snow, but like, he wasn't going to beat that giant.
No, I have no problem with that. I'm saying when he's riding, like, just focus on getting Rickon, that's when you go, there's your fucking leader, and then watch all the wildlings escape.
Yeah, you could have done that too.
Yeah.
But,
I think he wanted to fight. I think he wanted to rub it in Jon Snow's face. I think that's why he shot 1-1 in the eye, too. He's just like,
he only wanted to fight at the very end. He didn't want to fight.
No, I mean, not
He
him
wanted
personally.
the
I mean,
arms, yeah.
Oh,
armies to clash and just show him, like,
Well,
I will beat you.
Well, I think he... Yeah. Well, he was trying to get Jon Snow to draw the army out. Because, like, if he would have shot Jon Snow there, maybe... Who knows what the army still... This army would still have gone... They still might not have charged right after that.
Right.
They was trying to get Jon Snow to call in the fucking charge.
Yeah. And
Which
it worked.
Which he did.
Yeah.
Like a fucking idiot.
Yeah, fell into his trap, like Sansa said.
I was... I want to make this one. I was very satisfied when that fucking Umber fucking guy got killed. I fucking hated that
Great
guy.
John Umber.
I think that's Little John, isn't it?
Is it? I don't
Yeah, because
know.
Great John was like his dad.
There's always a little John. There's always a
Or
little
Small. I think
John.
he's actually Small John over.
There's never like a little Sam.
Little John is always like a giant too. It's always like that play, like tiny, and he's like 20 million feet tall.
His dad. His dad was Big John, but the one guy that got his like fingers cut off or eaten by
Oh yeah, and he's like,
Great Wind. It was like, ha ha! No thing. I like this guy. Like you just ate your fucking fingers.
I'll tell you got to do to the north.
That was that guy's dad.
Yeah. Oh okay.
So no wonder he was kind of, no wonder he was kind of a shitbag. But I really enjoyed him getting his ear like eaten.
Oh, that guy.
And then stabbed in the fucking face.
The stab.
God,
That was so
great.
satisfying.
Yeah, it was
I thought that part the other guy was going to die.
Yes.
I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love me some Tormund. So.
Tormund.
It's just so funny because that's how it started. And then because I know you didn't catch the name. That's why you don't know that's what we were talking about.
Exactly.
Was anybody else like all excited when the veil was coming in?
Oh, I was
dude.
so happy.
I'm just like,
I'm all for the veil. I was like, the whole time I'm like, Veil Knights, Veil Knights. Yeah, the Veil Knights.
Rob does seem like somebody who would like live in the veil for some reason.
I was happy for them to save the day, but I was like, I really wish like extra wildlings had showed up or something. I didn't want it to be Littlefinger. I was like,
yeah, it's a bonus.
because every time Littlefinger gets a little bit of favor, he does something extra fuckery to lose it.
Well, he's a shitbag, but that's the thing. You always know Littlefinger's a shitbag, but I didn't mean it was fucking awesome when the veil's coming in with like their nice armor and shit. And I come in, they're just mowing down the fucking
no problem.
shitty
I was
armor.
just like, fuck yeah, the Knights of the Veil, because I've never seen them.
Well, that was what's good too. Because that's definitely somebody you hear about more, but you never really. They go to the veil, obviously, and you've only seen like one night fight. And he got killed by Braun.
Well, Bron's
right?
So. Tired him out.
Yes, Charles.
Yeah, Littlefinger, that fucker moves the plot forward for sure.
I thought you were about to say, who's Littlefinger?
Well, that's all I wanted to say, so fuck me.
Good point.
He does. He moves that plot forward.
He does.
I love the new season. Fucking teleporting everywhere.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
We'll tell Peter.
We'll get into that.
Zarus.
We'll get into that in the next episode.
I've never
Varys teleported more than Littlefinger in that. He was fucking.
Yeah.
He was in Dorne, and you're like, oh wow, he got to Dorne fast. And all of a sudden, he's like on the boat. On the
I saw that. I didn't catch that watching the show, but I saw like a picture online. I was like, he was on the boat, but he was just in Dorne.
Do you guys want to wait to talk about that episode when we do that, or
Yeah, I think that would be
just
probably.
mix it all in?
Yeah, I kind of have that.
Like a stew. Like what?
All right. Back to Battle of the Bastards.
Yeah, because you said it. So it's like you don't want to like go back on what
So
you did.
Ramsay got eaten by a dog. On to the next one.
Well, we gotta talk about.
I mean, is anybody else, I'm starting to really like Sansa a lot.
Fuck Sansa.
I was starting to like her probably last season, and then now I'm just like,
I'm
you should have mentioned your fucking army,
Yeah.
before you sent half of the army to go die.
Yeah, could have saved some lives.
Yeah, that was pretty dumb.
Yeah, now I hate Sansa.
Did she
I'm
get
so
her?
with
Did
this.
she get
I'm
her
not sure
return
she-
crow?
I'm not sure she knew they were coming.
Like she sent
Yeah.
for them, but I don't know if she
I don't
got.
think she
They never
knew.
showed her getting a return message that we're on
Wouldn't
our
you
way.
just be like, well,
Yeah.
it's like, this is the only army we have. It's like, well, I sent Littlefinger can probably bring in some people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he didn't show it because didn't
Well, wait a
Littlefinger
night.
just.
Well, originally she didn't want to have anything to do with Littlefinger, right? Did she tell that to Jon Snow, or was that all?
I don't
that
know.
was all her.
It's all secret for reasons unknown. Even when she brings up that she's sorry, she never says I didn't tell you because I wanted to prove that you didn't respect me.
I don't know. John didn't seem to care.
He ended up winning.
He didn't seem to care. He didn't say anything about it.
Yeah, but they came in the nick of time. He could have died way before that. At any point, he could have been dead. And they're like, "Oh wow, oops."
He said.
I don't think she knew that.
He said that. He said to her, "You said Littlefinger sold you to the Boltons." So I think he didn't plan on reaching out to Littlefinger for that purpose.
Okay.
And
Thank you,
then he asked, "Do you trust him?" And she's like, "Only a fool would trust Littlefinger." So it's like he knows not to trust him, and he knows that he did sell her to the Boltons. But I think they're gonna play Politico the same way he. That's in the next episode, I think. So I'll talk about that later.
Well, we're moving on to the next episode. I think that's
The same way he didn't kill the Red Lady, even after, she's clearly been outed as almost a fraud and bad.
Yeah. Well, I like that. That scene was cool. For one, that was a really good Davos scene.
Good Davos.
God, I was all into that. Because I love Davos because he's like such a good guy.
Davos is the best.
But it was also I really liked about this because like he didn't. I don't know. I was expecting like maybe more backlash like from Davos with Jon's. When Jon was like, "No, you're just banished." Like Davos didn't go like, "No, she needs to die." He was just like, "Yeah, bitch, if you come back, I'll like personally kill you." But I like how Davos he always falls in the line.
Yeah.
He's such a perfect perfect hand of the king or whatever. He falls right in the line.
Dude, I didn't even think about that. Like if Jon makes his claim for the king, if he makes Davos the hand.
Davos is back in, baby.
Yeah.
Davos is gonna be that hand.
I like that.
It's not status, it's you're the Prince of Promise.
The one true king.
He's into that prophecy, kind of. I wouldn't mind him being the hand of the king, except we've got a hand of the queen.
I wouldn't mind him being the king. King Davos.
I don't think Davos would want it.
He wouldn't want it, no. He's more a servant.
He's more of a hand.
Yeah, the hand that jacks off the king.
He'd give it to Lyanna Mormont.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't?
Yeah. Does anybody
She's
think
just like
that Jon's going to be king and Daenerys will be queen?
No.
No.
I was thinking
Some
that.
weird Lannister shit?
No,
No.
I don't think so.
Part Targaryen, because they're into incest anyways, right?
I don't know, but like I don't know if those two are.
Well, wait. Yeah.
I don't
They
think.
want to free their mind, have different thoughts.
I'm not sure at the end there's really gonna be like
A happy ending?
a throne.
Yeah. I'm
And
with
then he's
you.
just like the Night King. Like,
Yeah, I was gonna say the Night King and the
a bunch of dead everybody. And, hey, Lady Stoneheart, she's a white.
Yeah. So you get more to this. I mean, I thought this episode. I didn't think anything was going to necessarily top Battle of the Bastards, and I'm not sure necessarily to say this topped it, but I was just, or if not more, into this episode. It was really good. It was probably one of our better finale episodes we've got, because usually we're all prepared, which irritatingly we're always like, we know it's going to be episode 9's the best one. Like we all do it. We're all like,
know.
pieces of shit about it.
I would say this is the best episode, like 10 they've ever done.
For sure.
100%.
I feel like it's moved the most forward. I mean, it really like
so much happened.
I mean, I don't know if it was just because like at the very end, like Daenerys is like on a fucking boat going over. It's like, oh my god, she's on the goddamn ship. Like something you thought you would never fucking see. I thought for a second she'd be like, yeah, well, we're gonna get all the ships. Let's stay in Marine.
They need us.
Do you think they'll have a boat battle?
Yeah,
The Salty
Maybe they're
Dick.
gonna run into Salty Dick.
And
Yeah, because they're gonna have something that slows them down.
And I mean, and then the Greyjoys. That's where they have superpowers.
Yeah.
And it seems as he's the storm. You think
Yeah, he's coming with the storm.
he's gonna fuck up Dany's?
He's
I
probably
think Dany's
gonna
gonna make it through, but I think it's really gonna fuck up all this massive army she built
Did I
up.
miss that? He has superpowers?
No.
Well, he kind of acts like he does. He's like, I am the storm, motherfucker.
I think he's just saying that, though.
I thought he was
He's just boasting himself.
Kind of seems
Well,
He did get drowned.
book,
Yeah, but that's their thing.
book spoilers. Some
Spoiler
spoilers.
deep.
Spoiler deep. They released a new Winds of Winter chapter, and he's like got like some sorcery shit going on. Plus, he has
Grozar!
horn that can destroy the wall. Apparently,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So what?
Yeah,
he's got like a magic horn that can destroy the wall or
Right.
something like
I
that.
heard about that now.
Just shatter the wall.
Like bring it down. So he's gonna be.
break the magic. That
He's
holds
like
it up.
he's like the next Ramsey. He's like the next problem. They have
Salty
to-
Dick?
Yeah, he's a problem.
Well, he's definitely gonna like you said. She's probably gonna come out with like 5 ships, which is just the people we know, like Lady Tyrell and like the Dorne Sand Snakes, and then like it's just gonna be like, oh shit,
And then like two
2
cows.
Greyjoy ones. Yeah, she's gonna come out and it's like, we're gonna need another army, and the Knights of Vale are gonna come in from the side.
What was good and also very bad about this episode was like I've hated the High Sparrow the entire season, like almost 2 seasons now, right? But it's one of those things where like he had to die, but we had to lose Marjorie in the fucking process. Like it was like he's still in his fucking death, where I wanted to get my most like satisfied kill. It didn't like account for anything because I was more just so bummed about like Loras and fucking Marjorie that I kind of was like, oh, that's right, he got fucking killed in that situation, and he's still to be a fuckhead.
He got killed so fast that for me, I wanted his death to be whatever's happening to the Shane chick.
But he also like he's still like in the end he still was a piece of shit and got me with his like stupid blank long stare of like now he don't know. And it was like God, even in his death. He like fucking irritated me, and I need to see him die again.
Yeah.
Like
I did like seeing him go up in flames with the Lord of Light, but that was great.
I watched it a couple times. It would have been nice if it was more of a Roger Rabbit dip situation, though, like a slow burn. I wanted him trying to pick up his legs and get away from it. I wanted him to really not take Marjorie with him.
But it was definitely one of those situations where like when I watched it and it happened, like. I mean, Marjorie, like the blast hit her, or
like he just went straight up.
It was just one tube, right? I mean, like it was like for a quick second you try to justify it, like,
and then you just see the outside, and just like people in the streets just getting fucking blown with lava, like the bell guy,
like he got smeared. Geez, on little blood.
Yeah. Well, for like a little bit, I was wondering like if Mace and Kevin got killed, and I like thought about well,
yeah, they all
fucking dead.
Everybody was locked in. They all died.
I thought that was crazy. They just like killed the whole Tyrell fucking like lineage.
And then Tom and aim for the bushes.
Yeah.
Aim for the bushes.
Yeah.
Aim for the bushes.
That was classic. I actually enjoyed that.
I did enjoy that. Yeah,
Did not see it coming.
Didn't see it coming.
I did though. Once they focused on the window, I was like for even Swiss, I'm like, oh, he's jumping out that window.
Yeah.
Well, as soon as he walked back in the frame, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
But I didn't. When he walked off the frame, I wasn't really.
He took the
I
crown off.
thought he was gonna go do something. Like I thought he took the crown off and he was gonna go do. But then as soon as he came back, I was like, "Let's go and do."
Assassin's Creed style, yeah.
I just did one. I was like, oh.
I didn't see it coming. I didn't see him jumping. I was like,
I totally thought that's obvious.
It wasn't for me.
Sorry.
Fuck me. But I'm glad. I almost, not that I hated him more than Joffrey, but I really needed him to go. Even though he wasn't as bad as Joffrey, like by a mile, I hated how he looked with the stupid crown. He's just such like a little shit. Like, and then the whole High Sparrow like siding with them for no reason. It's like, oh my god, dude, you gotta go.
Yeah. Well, it was nice. It was a nice consequence for Cersei too.
The Clegane Bowl, he shut it down.
Yeah.
I don't even think Cersei was like that bummed out about him at that point because he was so like High Sparrow. I think she was like she's just so like all right, my own quest for power.
Well, it seemed like after Marcella too, she like gave in more to that prophecy of that, knowing that like all 3 of her kids were gonna die. So I think she was almost like
over it.
And I think she was pretty irritated with Tommen.
Just playing her part.
Yeah.
So
he never visited her. He didn't get her out. She fucking went through all that.
He was a bad king. It was all his fault in the first place.
He banished Jaime, didn't he?
Well, it was Cersei's fault.
Well, not banished. Just sent him to go get the castle back to serve away from.
It worked. I mean, as soon as he showed up, it got fucking River Run like that. Yeah. Fucking Freys, the piece of shit Freys can't do anything.
That might be my favorite part of the whole episode was Arya getting Walder Frey. That might have been my favorite part.
I didn't see that coming.
I didn't see it. I loved the reveal of it.
I didn't see it coming. Once she did that, I was like, oh, motherfucker!
Yeah.
And because I just totally, for some reason, one of my coworkers was all like, I thought something was up because there's no hot chicks in the Frey house. I was just like,
yeah.
Did you pick up on that? I didn't.
I didn't pick up on it, but I saw that online, and I remember that being a thing before, that they have an ugly house.
Well, the thing about that though is kind of bullshit is that the other chicks in Broadbangs were hot.
Well, yeah. So it totally was.
Weird.
Well, they weren't Freys, were they?
They might have came.
Yeah, but I didn't think that girl was afraid. I just thought she was like
Lannister.
Maybe she was one of the Lannister servants or something.
That's what I thought. I thought like Jaime talked to her and is like, "Hey, assassinate fucking Frey over here." I actually thought that's what was going on. And then she took off her face. I was like,
yeah. That's what I was. I think for that.
I thought she was an assassin, but I didn't think she was.
exactly.
Yeah, for that split second, I thought it had something to do with Jamie.
Yeah.
As well.
And then I
And then she
actually
takes off, and I was like, "Oh my god!
Did you?
How'd you get here so quick? Whatever, kill him."
I read online. I was like, "Where'd the face come from, though?
She must have stolen some from the...
Did she steal some?
that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
Did she have to kill somebody? Did she just find a dead body?
She had enough time to stitch old fucking Waif's face on. I think she probably was like, I'm taking a couple of these, a couple of those.
Her hair was longer too, which I think was good. It made it seem like that for sure had been some time had passed.
One of the
She
producers
looked older too. I think maybe they like
waited.
maybe it was like a
maybe
reshoot
later.
or whatever, and because she looked older to me.
She's 18 now. It's like, holy shit.
What?
Oh, wow.
One of the producers tweeted that the time doesn't line up.
Yeah, I read that too.
You know,
That makes sense.
different people are on different times.
Well, you had to figure it out real quick. Because that episode they were just hitting it like crazy. Because like it was the same thing. Jamie was there, and the next episode he's fucking at King's Landing. Like the second it fell down.
Dude, he looks so fucking like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I came back to this.
What the fuck is going on?
Well, because he's probably getting like shades of the Mad King with the whole wildfire. That's why he stabbed him, right?
And he lost a son.
He lost
He lost the
Fuck
son,
Tommy.
yeah.
He never seems like he cared at all about his kids, like at all.
Alright, but I don't think he liked them dying.
Yeah.
Him and Cersei were never big like,
He cared about
I want you guys to be like, feel love. It was more like, I just want my kids to be alive for some reason.
Well, I think he.
In a weird way.
I think also for like a long time until probably Robert died, he was trying to like probably distance himself from the kids and like have a mindset that they're not his or something type of thing.
Yeah.
And then it was I feel like just now he was starting to kind of like accept them more because he seemed like he was like kind of into Marcella before she got killed.
Yeah, that's
That's because she was like, she was probably nice. He probably, who likes Joffrey?
Yeah, right. His sons were dicks. They're shitty people.
Yeah, so.
that inbred.
Plus, she did the whole, like, I know you're my dad, like, and I love you kind of thing. And he was like, oh.
Nope.
Nope.
Out. The Marjorie thing's an issue because I always thought she had like more to do, and same with the Loras. Like I thought we were gonna get some sort of cool sword battle with Loras, or something like that. And it's like so his end
sword people
was just him getting beat in a fucking cell for like a whole season, and then he just comes out just to die. And after getting carved with the stupid thing.
It's similar in the books, though. In the books, they have him storm Dragonstone, which is where Stannis started out. And he gets maimed or something in the battle. So he's like,
you don't know that he's dead.
He's not dead, but he's fucked up. So it's like either way, like Loras gets fucked up, but like
yeah, but that's the part that's confusing to me is like because in the books there's like way more. There's like two other Tyrell brothers.
Yeah, see,
that's so it's like are they, in the books are they going to end up being at that fucking at that or something? Because like how are you going to get rid of all the Tyrells and that's
the grandmother made it seem like that was it.
Yeah, in the show, but in the books there's like more brothers who have never come to King's Landing.
Yeah,
who are just at Highgarden.
Nobody's worried about how the books are going to end.
That guy's dying before that series.
Honestly, the biggest thing that I didn't like about it is like I want to see Highgarden, and I feel like we're never going to see Highgarden now.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
we want to see in Highgarden.
I want to see. I just want to see what Highgarden looks like, and I want to see what Casterly Rock looks like.
I want to see Casterly Rock. I don't know why. I think because I saw an online picture, and it's like high up on a cliff, and I was just like, I don't know. For some reason, that looked really cool. I'd like to see them do that.
Well, I like seeing any of the big cities they talk about. Like I know you guys I know you didn't like it for sure, but like I actually didn't mind Sam's scene in this episode because I was really excited to see Old Town.
Right.
And I kind of liked that he was at because they talk about that Maester thing a lot, and so it was actually kind of impressive. Like it was like this big. Legitimate thing. It was like a big ass fucking. I mean, it made the Maesters actually seem a little bit more legit to me.
But the reasons I didn't like it is because
you don't like Sam.
Well,
no, that was actually a different. I was talking about something else when I said fuck. When they got to the Maesters, I hated the fucking front Maester being.
I was gonna say, I was waiting for you.
No, you're right.
And then when Sam didn't get to move, like yes, it's cool he got there, and yes, he got into the library, but I wanted just one bit of information. Like, read one book, there's a cachet, and then cut away from him. I just wanted a little bit more.
You're right, though. That
sucked.
That Maester was such
I hate, like, once he was, like, being a piece of shit, I was like, I don't even, like, I'm so sick of these pieces of shit.
Yeah.
Like, why is everyone a piece of shit?
Just move your hand forward. You fucking piece of shit.
Yes.
Like, be a real fucking human and just, like, contribute to the fucking world.
Yeah.
Move your fucking hand, grab the note.
Like, what if Sam wasn't coming from a fucked up situation? He came like, from King's Landing, I have got a letter from Tommen.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you're a maester. Like, just accept him in. Why are you being a dick right off the bat?
It's your job. You work the fucking front desk. Like, I'm sorry that you got that shit duty, but fuck you. You're obviously not a good maester.
He's not good.
That's probably his problem. He's the fucking Walmart greeter of the fucking maester.
Not friendly.
No wonder he's such a piece of shit.
I was telling Tom that I got a huge like Harry Potter vibe from like when he goes to the library. It's like, oh, like the wizarding library. Like, woo! Like, it seemed way too like.
That's probably why I liked it.
It was just too like. It's like one of those libraries where it's like, how are you ever going to catalog any of these books? Like, like, how are you going to even read like one shelf in your life? Like,
shut up, Rob.
You just know he's gonna be like at the end of it. He's just gonna be like one of those guys. Like he's just like, oh, like you want like herbs and spices, and he goes all the way up to the top shelf, like upside down. Here it is.
Let me just tell you, it doesn't take as long as you think to organize a warehouse like that. So I think he's got it.
It's a warehouse like that. It's a big warehouse.
It's a big ass warehouse.
He ain't got nothing else to do.
Yeah. I was actually
and it's what he loves. And
I was actually happy for him. Honestly,
he may not know the book back to cover, but he knows what's in it.
After coming after like the last episode he was in, where his dad was a piece of shit, I was happy that he got to like. Because I kind of feel bad for him. Like the poor fucking guy. He's not a fucking fighter. He's out there in the fucking world, the shit ass world.
Why is he
Let the poor guy.
Why does he carry the sword swaddled? It's all wrapped up in a blanket. Like,
he ain't gonna use it.
You've turned it into a pillow fight, man. Keep that motherfucker useful.
He doesn't know what he's doing. He just stole it. He's like, yeah, fuck you.
Tom, you got something to say?
I don't know if this is going to be unpopular or not, but like, I can't stand whenever it's on Sam's story. Ever. Even though it's on Old Town. Like, even if he's like killing White Walkers, I was like, oh, don't give a shit, don't give a shit, don't give a shit.
I think that's a problem.
Don't give a shit.
I felt with Arya.
Yeah.
I liked when he was traveling with the chick and the White Walker was a thing that he was like coming after him, and then he had to
When he
man
first
up.
killed it,
I just thought he was going to stay a man, though, when he did it. That's the problem, that he reverted right back.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
I just don't give a shit, ever. I'm just like, we're in the finale. I was like, no, Sam time in the finale?
They
With
should have
this
done,
fuck? Like the weird Harry Potter guy?
They
Fuck.
should have done that in that episode where it was like 40 minutes. Remember that one, like episode 8?
Right!
Or
Maybe
it was
they
like-
didn't want to. Maybe they didn't want to put like another one in there. We already looked at Super. They want to like. Let's just crack this one in the finale.
Well, he could have had Sam get there, like in episode 8, and then like, bye-bye, Sam. We don't see you till season 7.
Why am I saying we don't see you ever?
I like seeing all the white birds go out.
Yeah,
I like
cool.
seeing. I'm with you though. I like seeing Old Town.
I was all in.
I wanted to see Old
I
Town.
want to like agree with you guys, but I was all in Old Town. So, but then that's.
I pictured Old Town being like shittier. So like,
Oh, but I knew Old Town was supposed to be like. Old Town
They
is supposed
told
to be
us
like.
it was the best city, so
It's the best,
I was
yeah.
expecting it to be...
Just like
I was expecting it to be quick for him. I thought he was going to get there, they're going to be like, hey, Sam, we were expecting you. Here's the book you were looking for.
high fives. Like,
Like he was going to be accepted, and now he's the Sam in a group of Sams?
he got this stupid sorting hat. It's like,
You're going awful.
Sam would be a Hufflepuff.
I always hated that book though.
So-
Or that stupid hat when it says Hufflepuff.
sorting out like doesn't even like it doesn't matter. Like I remember it was like on Harry and it's like Slytherin. It's like, yeah, I want Slytherin. It's like, all right, fuck it, Gryffindor.
And he's like, not Slytherin, eh?
Yeah.
Gryffindor! Well, I think like, you would do great things in Slytherin.
It's like, what would he do?
Yeah, right. How shitty would that be though if you like went to the school and you got there and you like put the hat on, it's like I was this close now, a Hufflepuff. Like for 6 years, I'm a Hufflepuff. It was like a 1 in 4, like a Hufflepuff.
Well, it's worse if
I
you're
never
like.
understood the grouping. Like, I understood why they did it, but like at the same time, I was like, they're always inter-fucking mingled.
And then, but they're not. They're not really in the books.
They're
Yeah, I get that they're not in the books, but I'm
And they kind of break them down.
movie-based.
They kind of break them down more. Like Hufflepuffs are like the more like science more one.
Yeah.
More, like
I think I would have been fine in Slytherin, really.
Slytherin's a piece of shit. I'm not sure you.
Like, I would have been like,
You're too nice though.
I am too nice.
I would
But
have.
I think I wouldn't have cared. Like,
High school Rossi would have been.
if they would have they would have been shitting at me, I just would have pushed them down the fucking stairs. Like,
Oops.
fuck you. Just because we're in the same group doesn't mean we're a team. You guys are clearly fucking snakes. Fuck you guys.
That's right, fuckers!
Imagine if you had like brothers or something, like how Ron did, and it's like, oh, please don't be Hufflepuff because they're all Gryffindor. And it's like, oh, you're like the shit one
Yeah,
that gets
you're
Hufflepuff. We're all Gryffindor.
I feel like even the hat was like, another Weasley! There's too many Weasleys!
There's too many.
Anyways,
Winter is here. They got the White Raven. Winter is here.
suck.
I'm nervous for Winter. I feel bad for them.
I don't know.
It's gonna be the coldest one yet.
Well, it's like winter's here, but then I still like kind of forget because I'm like, it's just always snowy.
It's always so.
It's gonna be snowing like south.
Yeah, I feel bad for like
King's
the
Landing.
Dorns.
I think King's Landing.
The bikini season's over.
I wonder if Dorn really. I wonder if it even reaches Dorn though.
Okay, fuck Dorn. I hate everything about Dorn.
Wow.
You killed Oberyn. You killed Doran. Fuck Dorn.
Okay.
But then they're paired with the Tyrells now.
What about the snakes?
I hate the snakes. I hate them.
I
hate them.
I like the snakes.
They're brats.
They're bringing vengeance.
They're bringing vengeance.
They want to kill the
What
Lannisters.
vengeance? Okay, here's the thing. I loved Oberyn.
I get
He
it.
was
They
cool.
fucked you, right?
Oberyn did it himself. He volunteered to fight the mountain.
No, I agree with that.
To avenge Oberyn.
I still want him avenged.
It's
Everyone
like
loves Head Smash.
I know, but they got
this raped family avenged.
They got okay. The Rake family needs to be avenged, but Oberyn volunteered. So for them to be like, they must pay for Oberyn's death. He volunteered.
I agree with
I think they're doing that for us. I really think they're doing that because we only know Oberyn's name. And as the show watchers,
They do it in the show.
as the show watchers,
They do in the book too.
And the books are like, this is a atrocity. They shouldn't be allowed to get away with this. To kill Oberyn. It's like, he volunteered.
But Doran always says that, like, my brother, he volunteered. Like, he's the only one. That's what's kind of annoying about the show part, because, like, Dorn was, like, kind of the voice of reason in Dorn, and it was always, like, he's always like, yeah, I mean, like, I like, fuck them, but, like, Oberyn fucking volunteered, like, kind of type of thing, you know, and he kind of knew Oberyn was a fucking hothead. And then it kind of gets revealed that, like, he actually had, like, a plan this whole fucking time. But no, fuck it, you know, whatever.
nothing.
No, I just...
Nothing.
That's just my opinion. I'm just like, I'm so over just that. Because especially, like, it's so overrated in the books, too. Like, everyone's like, they really screwed Dorn over. Did they? I don't think they did.
I feel like they did.
Like,
I don't want to get into it.
I get that. I get the way you could see that from book readers' perspective, but if you're 100% show like I am, the sand snakes are taking it in a better route than they gave us with that Doran. That was the prince that got killed, the crippled guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he could have taken them.
He could, but the show never hinted at it. The show
It
never
never
hinted, never gave him any positives.
I know.
That's what I'm saying. Is like, so as 100% show, fuck Doran.
I feel like they
As what you guys have given me from the book. Oh, I want that Doran, but I'm not getting.
They barely show. They don't show Dorn enough for me to actually care that much about them in the show.
Yeah,
For me to like fucking outright just hate them. Like you.
Well, I
just now it's just like, alright.
I just hate all the Dorn, because there's so much Dorn bitching on the internet. Like, there's so much Dorn bitching. Like,
I don't even read the internet. People are...
they're just like, hey, you, Ariel is an idiot. It's like, Ariel's just basically a sand snake. You got kind of an Ariel. Sorry.
But we didn't get her.
But you don't need her, though. She was extraneous. Whatever.
I don't know. I just.
She sounded hot. I just feel like we missed out like on another hot chick that could have been on
She
the
was
show.
hot, yes, but
She didn't make it in.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with the Dorn people at all, really. It's like they're not in it that much.
Dorn people.
Well, they're in it. I like the Sand Snakes. I think they're hot, at least two of them.
And deadly.
And deadly. They seem to like be skilled. They kind of remind me of Oberyn in the sense of like that kind of skill.
Especially
like, they know
the
what they're doing. And I kind of like that. They seem badass. And I don't know.
Well, I think that's why I want
They're
more.
not in it enough. And so whenever it's like, oh my god, they suck, then you suck.
Yeah. Different subject here. Even though I've known for like a long time that Jon Snow's like mom was going to be revealed like as Lyanna Stark and Rhaegar, for some reason in the show, I still was like got fucking goosebumps when the way they did it was. I thought the way they did it was really clever. Of them like showing the baby and then like panning to Jon Snow's face with like the music playing. I was like, I actually got all tingly. Like it was like. I mean, maybe it was just because I was like, I've been waiting for it to be confirmed for real for so long, too. But I actually got, like, really, like, I just felt so good when they did that. It was, like, way more satisfying than I actually thought it would be, because I was like, I already know it. It's just going to be kind of cool. But I was like, whoa, that was actually, like, really cool the way they did that, I thought. And then leading into, like, him being the King of the North Part 2.
King of the North!
Which was, like, really cool.
I was a little scared when they said the King of the North. I was like, we've seen that before. Like, we know what happened. But,
I thought that was a really cool part, though, like, with, like, the other lords, like, standing up and, like...
Yeah.
Because he's, like, finally being accepted at
Finally coming
Winter.
to it. Like, I liked even better that they did it and they didn't have to change his name. You know how they didn't have to, like, all right, well, we like you, but to officially like you, we have to make you a Stark. They like him as a Snow, which is cool.
But I thought that part, like the whole like tower, for such a small scene, I was like kind of emotionally into it. Kind of, I was like already kind of like into Lyanna Stark and Ned. So I was all, and it's just like seeing it again. It just makes you realize like how good of a fucking person Ned was. Like he just tells him right there. They basically take the baby and like you can tell he's just so like. For a second, just emotionally doesn't know what to do, but then like, as soon as he grabs the baby, you can just tell he's just like, he's gonna honor his sister's word, and then he does it, and goes back, gets basically shamed in a way, because like somebody like his honor of like who Ned Stark is, like would never do this.
Yeah.
He has to have his wife sort of like have a part of her that probably doesn't like him for the rest of their lives, like... It's
I'm surprised he couldn't just tell her in secret.
I think it's just like that's who he is. I mean, I think
that's
he was
how
like,
he is though with secrets. I think he was like too good at.
Also, I think he was really scared that even if he did, she might still.
She might slip.
She might fucking slip. I mean, he was just super. I mean,
that's how,
they're right though.
And
like,
his love for his sister, like they made that like
yeah,
abundant. Like they kept saying like they were super tight.
Like, and he was just really did not want that baby to be because he knew for sure if Robert found out, Robert would have killed the baby. That 100%. So I just thought it was great.
Even kind of makes you go back to when he tried to turn down Robert. He's like, no, I'm gonna stay in the North, man. I'm not coming down to King's Landing.
Yeah.
I got shit to do here.
Charles?
Well, one thing to piss everybody off here.
Okay.
Doesn't know who Jon Snow is.
He was the giant, right? No, they didn't technically. I know it's like 100%. 99.99%. But they didn't technically say that his father is Rhaegar.
Which is irritating, but yes.
So they still, my point is, Rossi's face.
Well, I mean,
My point is, they still have that to reveal. They still have that to say.
I think it's like Stannis' death, where it's like they. You think they're gonna need to reveal more, but they're not gonna reveal more.
I get what you're saying, but they also updated HBO's website to say that Jon Snow's lineage is Rhaegar.
Oh, did they?
Okay.
Yeah, I think like they didn't mean it. I don't think they meant it to be as
a cliffhanger. They meant
it's just everyone knows.
Yeah,
I think it was fucking obvious.
I think they meant it as a cool transition rather than.
Because technically, if you really want to break it down like a fucking asshole, you could be like, oh yeah, they didn't even confirm it was Jon Snow. They just showed a baby, then showed Jon Snow.
That's a good point.
Yeah, well, fuck it. It could be still be fucking anybody. Fuck
No,
it.
that's not true, actually.
That's a mystery baby to me. For all I-
And Ned, to protect Tyrion, took him to fucking Tywin.
Oh, that's the next one. Right?
Oh
No, actually, they did confirm it was John. Like, I guess she like mumbled something, but if you turn up the volume all the way, she said his name's John.
Yeah, Big John Umber. We all know who it is.
Fuck me.
That gave the baby to Robert D. Gilbert.
Here's one thing that always bothered me about Ned and John though is that he let him go to the wall.
So?
But the walls for like shit bags and like that's where
No, it's not just bags.
I mean, it for the most part is for shit.
Oh no, but yeah.
But it's kind of like you're sentencing him to for someone you want to like protect. I guess he's just like okay, go.
Yeah, but I think he's also like
Sent him to Benjen.
let any man like kind of do what he wants to do, and I think he knew that like
And
he
Benjen
never
knows
felt
the background.
welcome there, and he wasn't going to tell him he was going to Targaryen.
What? Why did he go to the wall again?
Because he's a bastard.
'Cause
He
that's
had
where-
nothing else to go on for.
That's where you can go
He felt
and
so
live a
left
life
out.
of fulfillment,
Oh, I see.
protecting.
It's like I mean it's like
They kind of made it seem more honorable than it was.
it's an extreme version of joining the military.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you want to fight. It's almost like you want to fight for. It's like his way to make his name in the world type of thing, right? Because once you go to the wall, nobody's a Stark, nobody's a whatever. Everybody's technically supposed to be equal once you get to the wall type of thing. I think.
Right. He romanticized it because his Uncle Benjen was at the wall and he loved his Uncle Benjen and all that. He thought it was better than it was. They even did it in the show where he gets there and it's like, this is like they lied to me and they let me go anyway kind of thing. So it's like, that kind of thing, like, I just feel that, I know it's like, a man chooses his own path or whatever, but I feel like they could have told him, like, hey, the wall's kind of, for someone who's supposed to be, like, protecting, I don't know.
Like, hey, well, I get you're pretty good with the sword, but maybe you should go into reading. You'd like Old Town better than the wall, but
Something else. They could have, that's just my opinion. I feel like that was kind of out of that character for someone who's like,
Yeah, maybe.
it's just like, what the wall is, Ned.
So, so we're like, this is it for Benjen. Like, we got him back. We got him back for the now. Like, do we have to wonder what he's doing now, or can we just like not care? Because I don't.
I think now it's like
we know
he's just wandering around, but like I think it's irritating. It's like you can't cross. So unless that wall comes down, he's basically dead. Ben's just basically dead because he's just this cold hand zombie.
Well, it was one of these things that was nice for me when I heard he couldn't cross. I was like, oh god, because like I actually get weird anxiety about the White Walkers coming. I was like, oh god, there's a place they can't cross. Fucking great. Because I don't want them. I don't want them to make it. Like I hate that they're coming.
planted the seed.
I hate that
for
they're
either
coming.
the wall's coming down,
Yeah.
or that they're gonna get everybody together and go fight the White Walkers at the wall, and that gives. So Benjen, I think, is gonna get back in.
You think so?
I think that wall's coming down with Salty Dick.
Did Bran, since he got touched by the fucker, if he goes on the other side, can they go through?
Oh, is he gonna fuck that up?
Yeah, that's what people are thinking.
He'll fuck up again, you think?
I don't think he knows that he fucked up like that.
No, he knows he fucked up like that.
Or if he
No, but he's saying I don't think he knows he fucked up so much that he's gonna break the magic of the wall by going through.
Yeah, he's gonna, because remember it
But
broke
that makes sense.
They broke their little magic three-head raven thing. They couldn't do shit, and then now it's just like, oh, we're in. And now he's like, here you are at the wall.
If he goes to the wall's fucked.
Because that would be like how they get over. Right?
Is he going to the wall?
He's at the
That's
base.
where he's at. He's there right
Base of
now.
the wall.
He's just gotta get through.
Oh, shit.
You ever think, like, why don't they just go around the wall, like around the boat?
I don't think they can.
It's supposed
Is
to be
there
like
boats? Can the White Walkers use
I don't
boats?
know.
Where's East Watch by the Sea? Is
But
that where that is?
it's like, why can't they use a boat?
I don't know. That's how Jon Snow got away from Hardhome.
Yeah, but they didn't have boats.
maybe they don't have boat tools.
You don't think they would have had zombies like Pirates of the Caribbean walking through?
Maybe they can't cross the water like that, but maybe they can go over the water.
maybe the magic on the wall is like you can't get around it too because that magic kind of keeps extending even though there's nothing there. You know what I mean?
I mean, is that how the wildlings were getting around for years?
Probably. Or they climbed over it, remember?
I mean, it's pretty climbable, even though it doesn't look climbable.
Didn't John?
But if that's an option, why would you even go to the wall ever?
But yeah, supposedly, I think even Tormund climbed it like a bunch of times. They say.
That's the hardest part for me. If like I try to watch the show, it's the fucking like egret parts.
Oh, I know. That was rough.
That was rough.
You guys didn't like Egret?
I mean, like on a rewatch, it's rough.
First time around, I like Egret, but I can see what you're saying now. Now it's like, okay.
She's hot. It's just, Jon Snow, you know nothing. Just 20 lines of an episode. It's like, can you go back to that? Can you go back to Jon Snow knowing nothing?
Yeah, I don't like going back just because I hate when I think a character is going to be a big deal and then ends up dead ending. It's like, damn it!
Yeah.
I was invested.
Oh yeah, like now all the Rob stuff where it's like King of the North. It's like you know you're just gonna get killed.
When they're doing the Rob montage and they're like, they say he can turn into a wolf and they show the wolf jump at the screen. It's just like, oh yeah, Rob's gonna be unstoppable. Rob's dead. Fuck.
That was crazy. That was crazy.
Brand's gonna fuck it up.
Yeah. It's fucked up.
You guys like Tyrion as Hand of the King? Hand of the Queen, I mean?
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, I feel like she's trusting him too quickly. That's just me.
I didn't get the leaving Defarius?
Dario.
I didn't get
Because he's a liability.
That's such a better name.
Just do the shadow thing where he's just like, oh, that's my
I was happy. I was kind of happy she left him.
that's my commander. I have Grey Worm, I have fucking that guy, and I have
That fucker's a liability. Fucking leave that piece of shit. I would have left him too.
Yeah.
Is he a
Is he more of a liability than he is a positive?
Yeah, dude,
He was loyal to like
he got
Yeah, but I feel like he's gonna fuck. Like, I feel like he's the type, like, they get over there and, like, she marries some dude and then he's like, hey,
And then he is jealous?
yeah, you're fucking him and you're not fucking me. And it's just like, ah, here we go.
I think he's gonna show up anyway.
No, he's not coming. I think that is it for Dario.
I think Jorah's gonna come back.
Jorah's
Jorah's the Explorer.
They're gonna be fun. They're gonna be Explorer.
he's an explorer.
They're gonna be swimming by and then they're just gonna see a Jorah statue on the shore. I guess he didn't get the cure.
He's getting the cure.
Is he?
He's getting it.
Where's the cure?
Old Town.
He's probably gonna run into the Red Woman.
Or the Red Woman.
Did the new Red Woman come with them?
Where is she?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
She showed up. She was like,
She had great tits.
and then she's gone.
Undetermined.
She doesn't get to talk to fucking Daenerys at all. Doesn't talk to Tyrion. What was she doing?
I don't know. I was into that Tyrion part, though, because it was nice. Like, Tyrion's, like, was so, I don't know, he's, like, honored, or he was so, like, happy to, like, get.
No, I'm happy for Tyrion. I just, from a character's perspective, we know Tyrion's awesome, but she hasn't really had that.
I don't have an issue with that.
I think
Because she was gone.
Maybe
He handled Marine
exactly.
Did
he?
Everything was great for a long time.
She came back,
and then they turned.
She just came back at the wrong time.
No, but I think she really liked his counseling of when she was getting all crazy, like, I'm going to burn them all down and all that, and he was just like,
stopped her from
don't do that, you know, I mean, you don't want, and he's kind of like, he's blunt with her, too, he kind of, like, tells, like, well, your father was mad, you know what I mean, and she's like, well, like, why are you talking to, like, I mean, like, I think, just in these small advisements so far, she's just realized, like, how smart he is, how loyal he is.
I agree with that. I feel like maybe there's, like, the whole time thing with the teleporting and stuff, maybe more time has passed, where they've had counsel that the show just hasn't shown. It's just, to me, it kind of seemed like she trusted him too quickly.
By the way, I guess this was the episode before, but, like, the fucking idiot Marine, the stupid slaver guys, like, you know she has dragons, so, like, why are you guys such pieces of shit in negotiations? And as soon as they hear the dragons, they're like, ooh, like their fucking ass cheeks like get all crunched up. It's like, well, you knew she had them.
Yeah.
So why, like, when you just, if you don't hear them, you feel like they're not around. It's like they're so stupid because it's like
they're like negotiations.
They're like pieces of shit. Like, I mean, like. When you know, like, oh, you just don't understand how this works. And they hear a dragon, like, oh, and then all of a sudden they're just complete pussies. Like, right away, where it's like, negotiations are off. Like, we're fucked.
I mean,
it was very satisfying.
If you saw a dragon,
yeah, but like, but what I mean is like, you know that is a thing.
You know there's dragons.
So I wouldn't even have shown up and been a scumbag. Like,
yeah,
that's what I mean. Where like they're like all cocky, and then they just hear the dragon, and it's like, oh my god. It's like, well, you knew she had a dragon.
Yeah.
I guess because she didn't have control over
Yeah, but
him.
didn't she? Don't they remember that other guy getting burped? So she got the Unsullied? Like, wasn't that their guy? Like, remember that fucking guy?
It's like
I don't
even
know.
without control, with only 10%
guy.
control, she still got the
Like,
guy.
that guy didn't know, because we didn't know at that point. Yeah, that guy, he was a piece of shit, but he got it. These ones know.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess because Marine was just a shit show. They're like, yeah, we can take it back. They were just like, you're right, they're just pieces of shit.
Just pieces of shit. It's just
They
like
just like, how dare she come and ruin our way of life?
Dragon's Bay.
I like seeing the Dothraki killing more Sons of the Harpy, though. I was like, they're still around.
Now, they need to... We never found out who the leader was.
It was just one of those losers, one master. Like, it was like a master.
Whatever, they're all dead. Because I hate the Sons of Harpy. I hate, like, that
face.
That face, because when they were killing, like, the guys again, they look up, they had, like, that Sons of the Harpy face. I'm like, oh. I'm so happy when I went by, this head went flying.
I love the Dothraki ride-in, but I was watching the Sons of the Harpies, like, why are they just attacking regular people right now? Why were they attacking fucking at least, like, unsullied people? They're just, like, attacking, like, ladies in the market. I was like,
the Sons of the Harpy are the worst.
that's like the worst. Like, what are you doing? You're not helping yourselves at all?
You're not a slave.
Like, what the fuck?
They've only been the worst. They've
That could
always
have been a master, you don't know.
Yeah.
And the Sons of the Harpy are such scumbags.
They're pieces of shit. I hope
Like, they
Marine-
killed fucking Barris and Selby.
I hope Marine just like collapses. Like I hope we get a shot of Marine like as she sails away, like in the next season, just just like collapses.
It's called Dragon's Bane now.
Dario on the port going, whoops.
No, Dario got out.
Darwin just
No, yeah, I mean, he's out.
I like that was.
Crumbles.
I loved his saying where he's just like "fuck Marine,"
Yeah.
and we're all like, "Yeah." Like, we've been saying that for 3 seasons.
Yeah.
I feel like longer.
God, I can't believe she's been there so long.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, Marine has a long time Marine.
Out of there.
How did the dragons get out?
They just
Just blew out the wall.
Yeah, they Kool-Aid out of there.
It felt like it felt like a lazy writing scene where it's like, I don't so feel like riding somebody, letting them loose. Let's just have them pop out.
It's like, oh, that was an option?
Yeah.
I guess, but they've just been chilling in there. I guess they heard the other dragon.
Yeah, that was like they heard their mother in danger.
They were never trying to get away though, like Dracon or whatever.
Yeah.
How cool was that fucking part?
That's awesome.
I thought one of them was gonna die. Because the way they kind of stopped and hovered to take out a ship, I was like, well, if 2 ships, focus on them, but everyone on the ship was running around.
What would you do? What would you do?
I'd have been in the water. Fuck that.
I expect.
I'd have thrown like a can, like, and just
Slaves!
like, why am I even here?
I would have hoped I was one of the guys that got like the let go
As soon as the masters would have turned their back, I'd have been like,
before you even got the offer. You were already like you're just like that distant guy.
just out in the distance.
When did he leave? What do you even say? Then go yet?
God,
fuck this shit.
fuck them.
You're gone. Like,
It's like, how do y'all know a dragon's flying?
I'm with you.
No, I'm good.
I'm like, Brad, fuck Marine.
I have a bad feeling that not all those dragons are making it out.
Yeah,
I don't
I have
know.
a feeling a couple.
Are they gonna fly the whole way?
I feel like the narrow sea is like not that.
It's
called
the narrow sea. It's the narrow sea.
Yeah, but you see it when you look at a map. It's pretty far.
No, I know. For a drag, I feel like they're gonna.
Yeah, but like they have to fly the. Like yeah, they can get there faster if they want to, but they have to fly the speed of the boat. Like.
Yeah, I don't think that's a. I don't think
Maybe they can land on one of the boats.
I
Maybe?
was gonna say, maybe they have a landing perch or something.
Yeah, dragon.
They kind of don't give a fuck sometimes, so maybe they just land, take a guy out.
eat a guy.
Why can't they land in the water like ducks?
Like,
I don't know, maybe they can. I don't know.
I guess.
they start looking.
I have this problem when I talk about the show with my fucking work partner. Is like he's all, what do you think Wildfire, was? And I'm like, what do you mean was? I said, well, do you think it was like just oil? And no, this is a fake show, man. There's no historical wildfire.
It's made by the Nasters, right?
It's a thing. It's artificial.
Yeah, it's artificial.
It's fiction.
Yeah,
It's green. There's no time when there was actual dragons. You get that, right? This isn't a historical show.
I love that it's green. The green looks
green helps.
Green looks cool.
Green helps.
By the way, so when Bran was having like his intense like visions and stuff of like the Mad King and St. Bernal, I think we saw like the same scene of where who's that Lannister cousin that was fucking Lancel when he was like crawling towards the fucking candles. And you see explosions. Like we did see in Bran's
saw the explosion.
Yeah, so we know that Bran can see the future. Here's my point. We know Bran can see the future, and we saw a dragon flying over Westeros. So it wasn't before. It wasn't like a Targaryen before. It's probably
I feel like that could have been Marine.
Could have been before.
But possibly my theory of him warging into the dragon, and that we actually saw that.
Yeah, but he wasn't. It's not like, but I mean, he might warg into a dragon. I'm not saying he's not, but like,
who was he warged into?
But your
the explosion.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So your theory there doesn't make enough sense.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, okay. No, that makes sense. Yeah.
Also, since everyone's on every story is on different timelines, he could have just been seeing the past.
Yeah,
he's way ahead.
I read.
That's a good point.
Sorry, Charles.
I think we know he can see the future, though.
I read a shitty theory online. Oh, I mean, I guess it wasn't shitty. It's shitty for me because I didn't like the outcome of it. But the fact that the opening theme is the revolving, twirly world things that are in Old Town, the Old Town Library, is that this show is actually someone reading a book in the fucking.
That'd be pretty dope.
And wait,
it's a picture book though, like one of those picture books that has the high.
I think you might see. You might see him open one of those.
It's Sam reading the book.
Or it's all just the same.
Or it's
a baby Sam. It's Sam Jr.
Or it's him writing the story. Because it always changes during whatever's happening. Like the flayed man is gone. It's the Starks there.
It's so cool. I know. I was all excited.
God, I was so
excited about this episode. We've seen that stupid flayed man for a long time.
I mean, yeah.
I love
and the tree was burning. Remember when the tree was burning for a while?
The whole Winterfell was burned.
Yeah, that sucked. Well, what was funny is like, I know you guys all know. Maybe not, Charles.
Probably not.
But like, I just the other day I was like watching with Kelly and her mom, and I'd mentioned something about that, and they're like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "Yeah, every episode they show, like that's how you kind of know where you're going to go because they show different cities." And they're like, "What?"
And they focus on the city.
And like the next episode, they're like, "Oh, I see it now." I'm like, it's been fucking 7 seasons of this. It's actually that's why I like watching the intro sometimes.
Yeah, I was see where we're gonna go.
To see where we're gonna go. Plus, I kind of like the thing.
I know. I was like, I bet Rossi watches the intro every time because he gets the song and he fucking probably is in his head fucking choreographing that bitch. and I'm like, play.
I
know the exact fast forward.
Because you know where you're gonna go, though. It's like really cool.
I don't care.
It always gets me pumped. It always gets me more pumped.
Oh, it makes me so fucking pumped.
It's like, you see the wall, like, that's right, that's the wall. There's a snake, and
Sometimes I watch it.
That's why I get excited when I know
for the little angel thing on top of Marine to fall.
I always think that. I thought I saw that
and when it doesn't, I get disappointed. So I fucking
I do.
They didn't show Old Town though, huh?
No.
So maybe next.
They might show it next. That'll be cool. Old Town.
That'll be cool.
God, that'd be fucking awesome.
That'll be cool. We're all excited about it. It's how fucking awesome the board's gonna be with Old Town.
I do like to watch it every once in a while just to get a reference for the map again and where everybody is going.
It gets confusing though because they don't go like in an order system. There's like they're at the wall, like they like fucking pan out. They like float over the Essos and they fly back to Dorne. You're like, what the fuck? Why couldn't we just go north? Why don't we just start from the north and just head down?
Dorne's actually Westeros, which you think they seem very Essos.
It's almost.
I thought they were.
No, they're actually like the bottom. It's like an Italian like boot.
Yeah, go.
Yeah, let's talk over the door opening. It's cool.
Go.
Door opening.
Maybe don't close it all the way. Leave it a little bit so you don't have to open the pump.
Okay.
But yeah, because it's like in the desert basically. I mean, it's the edge of.
It's like the south.
It's the edge of the south. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, but Essos is separated by the sea.
Oh, yeah, by
so
the
I
sea.
thought it was separate.
They don't even have to worry
I
about
thought
the
they had
winter,
to
though, right?
I don't know if the
Dorne, I think Dorne like mocks the winter.
I don't think the.
It's not a thing for them.
Yeah, I don't think they do.
Probably just instead of it being like 110, it's like 90.
They're like, ooh, spring is here.
That's what's like funny too is
That's a
the
stroll.
whole. I talked about it, and you guys brought up a good point where like Essos is basically like how like the Asian stuff is like in our civilization, where it's like, but it's just funny because it's like all this shit's happening in Westeros, and then Essos is like, like
They get along.
What
they
White
have
Walkers?
Advancements.
you know, like the White Walkers aren't coming to Essos.
Yeah, right.
No one wants to be in Essos.
I know, but it's
Essos
like
sucks.
it feels like the whole world like, oh shit, the White Walkers. It's like Essos is like, yeah, we're cool.
Yeah, I always thought that.
It's Bravos.
It seemed like there was a lot more in Essos too, like when they were in like Karth. and
Essos is like
magic.
most of the world. Like you see, it's like goes like way past.
But it doesn't seem like they go like inland that much. It's all like
Coastal.
somewhat coastal.
Well,
I think it's
yeah.
probably so fucking desolate.
Yeah, it's like the Dothraki Sea.
Yeah.
Where was that city that Danny was in, I think, 3 seasons ago that was more magical?
Karth.
That was Karth, right?
Yeah.
I was like,
I liked that.
I liked that. I hated that they were shitty.
I hated that guy.
Yeah,
but never
I
like
was
a cool town to
Why couldn't she have spent 3 seasons there, though? They had magic and weird shit.
Yeah.
Marine had slaves. I was like, fuck, I hate this.
Yeah.
And they couldn't figure it out.
What was the city before Marine?
Yunkai.
Yunkai. Yeah.
That's how Jorah says it.
Dracarys.
Yunkai.
You like Bravos? Free
I
City
don't-
of Bravos?
wanted
I don't
to.
hate Bravos,
Free
the
City
city. I hate what happened to Bravos.
Yeah.
Bravos itself was cool. I'm like, oh, cool, Bravos. And then it's like,
I
the faceless guys suck.
The Bank of Bravos?
I still like
Go to
Bravos.
the dance studio for like 3 seasons. Be like a sword dancer.
I wanted to see like more of the canals, like like it seemed always like a Venice-y kind of place.
Yeah.
And we never really got. We just saw like just that shitty like
The wave
palace of
The wave
wax.
ruined
Yes.
it.
And where that port where she was selling the
Oysters,
Oysters,
clams, and cockles.
that was in Bravos, right?
Yeah.
Like, so like
There was so much more of that in the book too.
it's just like I don't know. It just seemed like such a cool city to have one shitty wharf and one shitty temple where you go to die. You ask for help and you get killed.
Yeah.
You go in, you don't come out. Yet someone else is stupid enough to go back in. Fuck that place.
Yeah, I never got that. I hated that storyline.
One thing too with the faceless guys. Remember it when we last saw Jaqen, right? And he turned to like that weird guy. Like he didn't like rip a face off, but now they rip faces off. Is that just like it's just a
Yeah, because wasn't it like a wave?
He kind of just like looked down, and then he was like a different weird guy with like a nose.
I think he was because he was a master of it.
Maybe.
He was cooler at removing his shit.
But like, yeah, I guess. But it's just like when you see Arya do it, it just rips off a whole face, and even he was doing it. I think in the temple, right? Like just ripping off all the faces.
Yeah, but
She was.
there's got to be something to it. Because if I just put someone's face on it, would not look like them. I would just look like a fucking furry.
He looked like the Man in Black guy.
Yeah, just like
Staples and shit. What was that kind of cover that?
cockroaches.
Anderson.
Like, here's the magic. Here's the season that you have to put on the face to make it mold. I wish they hadn't just made it.
Sugar.
They made it very
Water.
almost Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't make sense.
You should.
But I'll let it go.
Yeah, I like that. That's what I'm at.
Oh, good, thanks.
Okay.
I had to stop.
It was wearing an egg or something.
That's me, sorry. We just edit that.
I don't know if I could edit that
We
out.
just edit that out.
What a piece of shit.
Sorry.
Sorry. We're back. The audio just got different too, by the way. It's totally different now.
Different adjustment.
And we're live.
I've been holding my head up for the last 30 minutes because it's killing me.
Sorry.
And you fucking can't keep your leg down.
Sorry.
Was there
Do we have to talk about it for 10 minutes? It makes it harder.
This allows the transition to Twin Peaks.
Fortnite?
Oh,
No, look what you've done. I think we'll just keep it all Game of Thrones. Let's just.
Game of Thrones. Well, we can talk about.
We've been going hard. It's cool.
We've been going pretty hard. I think we should just do
There's still stuff to talk about.
one. Yeah. What else? What else?
We're
Is
not
there?
done talking.
What else is there?
Yeah, we're not done.
On here?
No, not on there.
No.
We got Rogue One. Remember?
Yeah.
Oh, we're switching topics.
No, let's not switch yet.
I think we should just stick with Game of Thrones this whole podcast.
Yeah, it's a Game
The Thrones. The Thrones.
Because nobody's gonna stick around this long and then be like, "Oh, perfect, they're going into Rogue One."
God, they finally got to Billy Zane.
Like, thank God. Oh, Twin Peaks.
I've been waiting for Twin Peaks for hours.
By the way, Billy Zane again popping up. Saw that he wanted to. I don't know, something to do with Titanic. I just saw his name and fucking went nuts.
No, he was.
Yeah.
I saw that he was saying that like he felt that his character in Titanic wasn't all that bad.
Should have got back with Ro. Ro should have got back with him.
Yeah, you fucked it.
Is it still on?
Yeah, it's still
It's on, but the audio's different.
Whatever. It was still good audio. Anyways.
So what do you guys expect for next season in Game of Thrones? Like, what are some things you think are going to happen? Charles?
So let's go around. What do you think?
Yeah, let's go around.
Let's go around the table.
Next season. So there's only 2 more seasons of the show,
That's the
right?
rumor.
Yeah.
That's the rumor. And then next season is 8 episodes.
That's the rumor. It's all rumor.
8 or 7.
This is all information we're just getting from Rob. It's
Okay.
complete bullshit. I mean,
I've read it.
next season will be 24 episodes.
Yeah. So I think we're going to have the salty dick battle with Daenerys, and then I agree. I think she's going to lose a good amount of her army, and then she's going to meet up with the Dorne, and then the Highgarden shit. Hopefully, we go to Highgarden. I fucking hope we're going to.
We're not going to Highgarden.
Fuck, we gotta go to Highgarden for it. They all left.
Exactly. I just want to see it, but they're never going.
Yeah.
But I think now that Cersei's on the throne, I think she's going to plan to attack Dorne for killing her daughter. I think finally she's going to come back around to it and be like, all right, now that I've got some fucking power, fuck them, let's go kill them.
How much
And I think that's going to start some
how much
shit.
military does the Lannisters?
Well, that's gonna be a problem, seeing as Dorne's on its way to King's Landing.
Right.
So I think maybe they're going to meet in the middle or some shit, and then shit's going to hit
So the whole
fan.
season's gonna be a sea battle.
Yeah, but that's the one.
Waterworld.
This is what I found confusing about the Dorne. Did they sail to Marine to sail back?
Yep.
Because there's Dorne ships.
Yeah. They did.
And Reach ship. And there's Highgarden ships.
Yeah.
Like sailing with the Targaryens.
I guess they
fail
have
to
to.
make alliances. They can't just call phone.
You
I
have
know, but I thought Varys went over there, made the pact, and then they would just meet up somewhere.
You have to roll as a crew if you just meet up.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh,
You're not cool.
Oh, I didn't know
You're out of
that.
sync.
Yeah.
It's just kind of weird, huh?
Yeah.
Where do they port? Do they port at Dorne? Do they just waited at Dorne? Just met up there.
It's kind of an issue.
I get confusing.
Oh yeah, I mean it's.
I don't think they do, though, because I guess if you think about the South, the way it is, we should have a camera here, huh? Dorne's here, but you would sail around to...
That visual makes great sense. I wish you guys saw it.
You know what I mean?
You're going around the Cape.
You know what I mean? Right?
Yeah.
It's like this. Dorne's here, you would come around.
Yeah. Are they sailing straight to King's Landing?
I think so.
Are they going?
I
Yeah.
think they're going straight to King's Landing.
Yeah. Well, I think they're definitely doing the sea fight with
Yeah.
Salty Dick.
Yeah.
I still think Lyanna Mormont is gonna. I think they're gonna do something to
I don't
kind
think
of
there's going to be much.
to put a hamper in John's movement. Is they're gonna make no, you have to do something political and marry another house.
Ooh, I think she's trying to get... I think Mormont's trying to get some John...
Yeah, I think she's gonna get that snow-capped mountain.
She's 12 or something.
That's why I got over
She'll be like.
I get it, but that's how the show is. The show's fucking.
Yeah. Oh, I see who that
Yeah,
is.
Tommen was banging Marjorie.
They married
Yeah,
off
it works in
Sansa.
reverse.
They married off Sansa to Tyrion.
Yeah, I'm so bummed about the Marjorie thing.
Yeah.
She
But,
drew that little flower.
They married off Tommen.
I think we're gonna get a lot more visions from Bran. A lot more of what's going on.
Yeah,
Maybe some more backstory with
I think
the.
we'll start getting a lot
Mad
more of
King.
that. I think we'll start getting a lot more of that.
So one thing I saw was just a theory that. So how Bran kind of went back in time, and that was the whole reason Hodor kind of went nuts
Are
whenever
we
he
doing
had
the
to
Mad King thing again?
Yeah.
We've done this twice now.
see. We have.
You've talked about this theory twice now, Charles.
Oh.
Burn them all.
But
me.
It's actually a Charles segment where he mentions that Bran is the Mad King in that flashback.
It's your part of the show.
You are the Mad King.
You are the Mad
King. He doesn't know because Bran has warped into Charles right now to push the Bran initiative.
You don't remember that?
No joke though. This is the third time we brought this up.
Burn them all! Burn them all! I don't remember.
Charles is just like downstairs twitching, like, hold the door! Hold the door!
That's why I lock the door every time.
Lock the door! Lock the door!
Lock on!
Rob, what do you think?
What do I... Okay. Well, it's tricky because they wanted to finish it in 7, and HBO split it. So I don't really know what they're going to end it on because obviously they're going to King's Landing. There's going to be a battle. I feel like Cersei's dying next season.
I feel
like next season will probably be all about taking King's Landing and stuff like that. I'm thinking the last season's going to be like the White Walker stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get some... this is just guess, but maybe we'll get some White Walker like encroachment, but I think it's all going to be focused on just like the war for the Iron Throne kind of thing.
Yeah. I bet Salty Dick loses the sea battle, even though he takes out a huge amount of Dany's crew.
Yeah.
And then goes to break down the wall.
Yeah.
Spite.
The wall might go down. Maybe that'll be like the finale. The wall collapsing. So like next season, you're like, fuck. There's nothing stopping the White Walkers now.
Why is Salty Dick's going to be like closer to Essos? They just turn around and take the wall down.
No, I don't.
A lot of work.
I don't think he's stopping him at Essos.
They left Dorne to go to Essos to come back to Dorne.
Yeah.
He'll probably...
Traveling's not a thing anymore.
Yeah.
We're season 7 teleporting.
Yeah.
If he loses let's be honest, if he fights... Although the Greyjoys are like the sea masters, right?
Right.
So he could win at sea.
Yeah, with dragons.
But they got dragons, you're right, I don't know.
And they have the other Greyjoy ships.
Doesn't he have like I could have sworn that magic horn had some dragon power too. I don't know.
No.
Maybe. I feel like he's not going to go down as easy as we think.
I think he's going to take out a lot.
No, he's not going down.
So that's what I'm predicting. I'm predicting, this is just like, because this is what I want to happen, but I'm predicting Jorah finds a cure.
Nobody else even would have mentioned.
Nobody else think about that. I gotta eat. Okay. I feel like, and this was a good theory that just speculation, but I like it, is he's going to go to Old Town. He's going to meet up with Sam. They're going to cure the grayscale, and that's going to be the link between Jon Snow and Dany. I like that kind of theory.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Because
I bet you do.
I'm going to be kind of bummed if the Maesters are just sitting on a grayscale cure. Like, oh.
They cured Shireen.
We cured that like fucking 10 years ago. Why are people still walking around with grayscale?
Well, grayscale seems like it's mostly like that island's problem, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Which island was it? It was
Valeria.
Valeria.
Yeah. Like, it's that problem. It was Shireen's problem because in the books, someone like sent her a doll from Essos.
Right.
It's like, here you go, and she contracted it from the doll.
Oh, I see.
So there was like a sabotage on Stannis.
I didn't know that.
That's how they did it in the show, too. Didn't Stannis say? Or did you tell me that? Sometimes I get my shit confused.
I don't know.
Welcome to my world.
But, so I do think, because I don't think they would have played up like Jorah's going to fight. Jorah's not done, obviously, so whether he dies or not next season.
You know what would really kick Rob in the dick?
They never showed Jorah again.
Yeah, like Jorah's just gone.
And they just kill him. They kill him with a crow, like off screen. It's like, oh,
We
some
found
travelers
Jorah, yeah.
found Jorah's body.
Yeah, oh my god.
Oh my god, that'd be
An off-screen death for Jorah.
That would be the worst for me.
My hope is that, like, I mean, sorry for you, but I really hope they just kind of like, they just like, whatever happened to Jorah? They just see a statue. And it's just like there's some grieving, but it's just like, well, if it's like, whoops, Jorah's out. That's like how the show kind of does it. Like, let's see, they're out.
Or he's flayed. The Red Woman, like, revived Ramsay Bolton.
Obviously, see, the only thing, I mean, your theory with Jorah is pretty good, because that's the only way they can keep Jorah in it to make sense, because, like, honestly, his character has played its course in a way of, like, importance to the story. He's kind of that's why certain characters are starting to kind of
get killed off
or move on or whatever, because it's just like what their part of the story is. It's just it's not moving towards endgame.
They have some plan for
kind of like Dario. That's kind of like why it's like he's just not. It's really not a point for him anymore.
Okay, I mean they could do that.
I'm not saying they're doing that with Jorah. I don't think they would have like sent him off to find a cure though. If he's not going to be in it more, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the difference between like Dario and Jorah though is Jorah's actually like, even though he doesn't like seem like, he's actually like a main character. Like he's like one of the players as far as that. And if they wanted to be done with Jorah, they've had so many chances to kill him in the pit. Like even this Dothraki thing, they could have had him die there. There's so many times they could have killed him. He has at least one final thing he's going to do. So I agree. I think the best thing, the coolest thing for me to link those two would make the most sense to me.
Yeah, that's good.
So that's what I kind of I'm clinging to.
Isn't he not allowed to come back to Westeros?
Well, he got a pardon.
Oh, that's right, he got a pardon.
But he just chose. He's like, that was the whole reason he got banished, because they were like, hey, here's your pardon.
That's right.
And he's like, oh fuck.
That's right.
So I see basically it all being like a Cersei Targaryen battle. The North is gonna get involved, or maybe they're gonna more focus on the White Walkers. I don't know. I kind of see them, going for Cersei as well. But Cersei's gonna have it from all sides. She's got all these pissed people coming for her. She's got Daenerys coming for her. The Starks fucking hate her.
She seems outgunned. Like it's like that's what's funny about like even when I was watching her like sit on the throne, I was like, what are you doing? You're on the throne for like 15 minutes. Like, you have like nothing left.
I think for her it was just mostly like I got revenge on the Sparrow fuckers. Because
because the only army they technically have is their own Lannister army, which is big, I think. And then they have the Freys, but the Freys just went down. And maybe they might even blame the Lannisters for that.
Yeah, they don't really have.
So they probably just lost the Freys. So they're probably going to lose River Run. So the Tullys are probably going to come back, right? So
yeah, she's 100. Like she's
kind of crazy because they had the reach. So
the Tyrells are like one of the biggest powers too. Like they have one of the biggest armies.
Yeah,
I don't know if in the show it's the same, but.
No, they said that in the show. They're like, well, you have one of the biggest armies. When they were trying to team up against the High Sparrow.
Yeah.
They said that.
So they got the Tyrells, they got the Dornish, which are like notoriously excellent fighters. You've got Daenerys with the dragons, and the Unsullied kind of sucked like in Marine, but they're supposed to be epic. You got the Dothraki, and you've got the Starks, and the Knights of the Vale. You got everybody kind of coming to Cersei.
Is there a Baratheon army?
Baratheon's gone.
The whole army's gone?
Yeah. They all got cold and the horses.
That was all the Baratheons though? Because isn't before that it was like weirder though?
There was
because
Renly's and there was...
Renly's is out.
Yeah, but then Renly's joined Stannis's, right?
Yeah.
No, Renly's joined King's Landing.
Really?
After Renly was killed, they went and joined King's Landing?
Yeah, because...
So would they still have them then?
They were pissed at Stannis because he killed Renly.
So, wouldn't they still have that army?
They still have that one, I guess.
So the Lannisters and the Baratheons are technically... Because it was actually Tommen Baratheon.
Right, yeah, that's always confusing.
Yeah, I mean, I could see they might have that.
Because Robert's army would have still been there.
That's right.
But as far as
the Baratheon army.
As far as Baratheons go, though, they're out.
Well, it's funny because when we were talking about, I want to see High Ground, I want to see Casterly Rock, I was like, do we ever want to see Storm's End?
We saw it.
Did we? Is that what
Dragonstone.
Is Dragonstone Storm's End? I think Dragonstone is Dragonstone, and there's Storm's End's actually like where they're. It's
Storm's End is like the land.
I get that, man.
It's like the land around Dragonstone, I think.
Yeah, so Dragonstone is where their castle is and everything.
Yeah.
I think Dragonstone was just like some stupid island that like fucking like. Just like what's his name? He'd like to hang out there.
Dragonstone was Stannis's castle. Like it was.
Right, but that was the Barath. So that was the Baratheon.
Yeah, because I think it was Storm's End because he's like the Lord of Storm's End.
Storm's End, yeah, okay,
or something like that.
But I thought he was hanging out at Dragonstone, just not hanging out at Storm's End.
I think Dragonstone is Storm's. I think it's in Storm's.
It's not clear enough on that.
Yeah, it's not clear.
It's not like the other ones where it's like it's easy. Like the reach is high guarded.
We could do a fact check real quick.
Yeah. Okay. So Dragonstone is the castle that stands upon the island located in Blackwater Bay. It is the ancestral seat of House Targaryen and was the stronghold of a cadet branch of House Baratheon.
Yeah, it's not Storm's End.
It's not Storm's End?
It's not Storm's End.
We'll do Storm's
That's
End.
what I always get confused on, too, like, where she starts like, Daenerys Stormborn. I'm like, Stormborn? Like, Storm's End?
I think it's Storm's End, though. Like, I think that's the region.
I think that's just like what he said. It's just like another area that they have where they like hang out there.
Storm's End is the ancestral seat of House Baratheon and one of 3 major castles currently held by the royal house.
Oh, so they have 3.
The others being the Red Keep in King's Landing and the island fastness of Dragonstone.
Oh, so it's different.
It's different.
So you the name Q just like I think that was what it was. Like technically, I remember this. Technically, like Renly was the Lord of Storm's End, and like he gave Dragonstone to fucking Stannis, and it kind of like irritated Stannis.
Yeah, Stannis was his like least favorite.
Here's a point of that would cause some confusion. Storm's End is a formidable fortress located on the southeastern coast of Westeros, overlooking Shipbreaker Bay.
Shipbreaker Bay. That's their home. That's like where they hung out. That's like where their parents were and stuff.
So they're like
because they saw their parents die in Shipbreaker. Like they were coming in when like Robert's Robert's parents like crashed in Shipbreaker Bay. Because that's where Storm's End was.
So maybe
it's like maybe stop going through there.
Maybe we saw Storm's End with Renly. Maybe that's where he was.
Yeah, but he was never like in anything. Remember, he was like camping. He was like.
Well, he was in some region.
No, but he was supposed to be in the Reach. I think.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, I think he was supposed to be in Highgarden. Not Highgarden, in the Reach.
But the Reach, yeah. Fuck. No, we're not gonna get to see Storm's End. I thought we like had that covered.
No, there was also.
God damn.
I think we're going to see a lot more of Littlefinger, Telepeter's story too, and unraveling. And
Telepeter?
yeah, I think that, we saw his fucking like look on his face. He's all upset, and everybody's calling him the fucking
oh yeah, the King of the North.
the King of the North. Yeah.
Well, I think
So he's got his own agenda.
Well, because he wanted
his whole thing's an
he wanted Sansa. He wanted Sansa to get it, and he was pissed when Jon was it. I mean, I'm wondering what's going to happen there. I hope it doesn't end up being something where like Sansa and Jon Snow have some type of falling out over this shit. Because she seemed happy at first, but then she kind of had like that kind of weird look at the end of like when she was looking at Littlefinger, like maybe he's right or something. So I hope that doesn't actually become a thing. And then also I think that there's a reason why he got named the King of the North, and we found out that he's a Targaryen in the same episode, because that's obviously going to have some type of impact. Like he's not going to be able to do one of them or something. I mean, I think it's going to have, because he's going to end up not even being like a true.
The funny thing is, since he is a Targaryen and Daenerys is his aunt, basically.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, he has more claim to the throne than she.
Well, he has more claim for sure, but he's also a bastard, so that kind of.
Oh, maybe he doesn't.
But
I think he does because he's Rhaegar's son.
Yeah, but he was like he's a bastard. No matter what, he's a bastard.
Because it's out of wedlock.
Yeah. No matter what, he's a Targaryen.
I think he's a Sand.
Oh yeah, he was born.
He'd be Jon Sands.
Yeah, he was born in the South.
Johnson, that's.
I was
Jon
like,
Storm.
is it based on where you're born, or is it based on the city of your bastardage?
It's supposed to be where you're born.
Where you're born, yeah.
Because he was born in the South, but they still call him Snow.
Oh, that's not Dorne, huh? Is that Dorne, or is it that the Reach?
It's close. I think it's close.
He could be Flowers. He could be John Flowers.
Yeah, I was going to say Flowers.
I think he's Sand.
That's the only other one I know. Is like because I know Snow.
No, but
Sand,
I think
and
because
Flowers.
because Ned, they know that he wasn't born in the North, but Ned brought him in. He was a bastard.
He was raised. Yeah, he's a bastard of the North, so he's a Snow.
What is the Storm area? Is that the Baratheon area?
Yeah,
Storm.
Yeah, it's Baratheon area is Storm. Dorne is Sand. That's why like the Sand snakes.
I kind of want to be a Baratheon bastard.
Storm.
Yeah.
Napoleon Storm.
The Vale is Stone.
Stone, which is weird to me. It should be like Moon. Waters is the river running.
Yeah, no, I think it's Rivers. Rivers is Riverland, and then Flowers is like the Reach.
What is the Western Lands, which is
What?
Casterly Rock.
Oh,
What about the Western Lands? They just never fucking say it. And we should say Lannisterport.
Lannisport or whatever. I want to see Castle Rock. I want to see Lannisport.
I thought
It's called Westerlands. It's called Westerlands.
There's something. Yeah, there's.
Yeah, maybe they call them West.
Yeah.
Maybe they call them West.
It's called Westerlands. It's just they don't just say it.
I mean,
They have a
Bastards.
name.
Maybe they call the Bastards West.
They have a name. They have a name. I don't remember.
At least I had a theory. You didn't say shit.
It's more, but it's more like Stone, where like it doesn't like.
Yeah.
It's not so easy. Where the other one's like rivers because there's a lot of water in River. It's called River Run. Snow because it's snowy. Dorn, it's sandy.
Yeah.
Flowers, it's flowery.
That's where my theory came from.
Storm,
You
it's
shot it
stormy.
down.
It's stormy. Westy, it's Westy.
Let's get a
call
fact
it
check.
West.
Let's get a fact check on what do they call bastards from Casterly Rock or the Westerlands.
I'm on it.
I don't even know if that's like.
That's a technical term. It is. I'm pretty sure.
Bastard from Casterly Rock.
Bastard.
Didn't want it to go all quiet while I check. But it is.
What else? At least, here's the thing, though. At least we got to see the Veil. I'm all in on
Yeah, we
that.
saw the Veil a long time ago.
I know. But if we don't get to see anything else.
That's before that I realized I wanted to see places. I thought I had already seen the Veil.
We saw Bear Island, kinda. We saw the inside of a hull. So,
Oh, that's cool.
You know, I'm thinking of Littlefinger maybe turning over Sansa to Queen Cersei. Now that he's all pissed that,
I mean, he doesn't have that power.
Okay.
anymore.
So this.
Oh, don't
this
underestimate
article-
Littlefinger.
This article I found on the Bastards.
Article of the Bastards.
The Westerlands is a region in the west of the continent of Westeros. West of the West. It is ruled from Casterly Rock by House Lannister.
Right.
Before the Targaryen conquest, it was known as the Kingdom of the Rock. The customary surname of bastards born in the Westerlands is Hills.
Hills.
Oh, hills.
Never would have guessed that.
It also goes on to describe the Iron Islands. The bastards are pikes
Pipes.
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
should be salt.
everything.
John Salt. Actually, has like a better ring than John.
You're on Salty Dick.
Yeah.
That's a perfect bastard name.
Yeah.
The fucking iron.
The rest of them y'all got right.
Yeah.
King's Landing is waters and Dragonstone. Snow for the north. Rivers for the Riverlands. Stone for the Vale. Flowers for the Reach. Storm for the Storm. And Sand for the Dorn.
And for the Dome.
That's
There's
fucking
two
good.
storms?
Storm for the Stormlands.
He said stone.
Oh, I see. For the Veil.
Oh yes, Stone for the Vale.
Okay.
Which we decided they fucked up and should have been moons.
Should Sky or something.
How shitty would you be
How's
to
it
get
not
out of that moon door?
It would suck.
Like Lysa Tully's fucking death, a Spartan kick into the fucking.
Every time I'm coming down out of an attic, I have a flashback to that scene. I'm like, this is where I die.
You know she's splattered. There's no other ending for that but a splat.
Yeah, she's still there.
Yeah, she's still, her body's probably still there.
Yeah,
In millions of pieces.
she's fucked.
Alright, so what do we skip over Napoleon? What do you think's happening next?
No,
I went second. I said the sea battle.
Oh, yeah.
And I also, because you said Sam. I was like, I really want Sam to just come with information to move Sam forward. I hate when Sam comes on, it doesn't move the story forward. It's like, I didn't really need to see his shitty family. He explained his shitty dad well enough, and his mom was a nice person.
But sometimes I think like it's just you just don't know that it's moving the story forward yet. Like,
Okay, yeah, his dad could come in later. Well, then bring his dad in and do that story now. I want it to move forward.
You had to get that Valerian steel.
yeah, he probably got that sword for a reason.
He got that sword. Took a lot of episodes for him to get it.
someone else.
Yeah.
Either way, though, because I think those swords are gonna have a big thing to play.
Hot spin.
I think
they're gonna have a big purpose because
get
like
it and be done.
That's like too cool of a sword name for like Sam.
For me, when a show is an hour long and it feels like 10 minutes, and we're sitting at Sam, I don't fucking care for that to like take a while
He
to
can't
progress.
have a minute of my 10.
He can't have a minute. It needs to be cool and progressing with him, not growing.
But how will you know how he deals with his Sam Jr.?
Fuck Sam Jr.
And then
I want Sam Jr. to get thrown off of.
What about Sam Jr.?
No. It's not even Sam Jr. It's fucking weird psychopath Jr.
But soon he got his eyes on those books. You sit here in the lobby, bitch.
Yeah.
Did she hint though that she's pregnant?
Did she?
Know.
I think she.
I
did.
kept looking for a hint.
She
I don't
said
think I
something
think I
like-
got it.
Sam Jr. Like wink.
I think there's the time.
I know that's what, but he did bang her.
I did. She banged him.
Yeah, I was gonna say. She banged him.
Banging happened.
He didn't bang her.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I'd be fine with that, but it just... I don't have time for her to be pregnant unless it's like one of those mystical, magical, pregnant baby, bam, toddler.
Yeah, it's gonna
Unless it's like a red wedding situation.
oh my god.
I have no time for her to be pregnant. Sorry. I'm so sick of their story. I'm so sick of her kind of like with her scowl and like.
It's not even that bad to me. It's like
her butt teeth.
It's horrible to me. It's
Oh, she's just always scowling. She's like, you shouldn't be a bitch. Oh, he's a bitch.
Yeah. Are you calling me stupid? No, he wasn't calling you stupid. You're stupid.
Well, it's funny she's got all this like sass and stuff because she came from like such a shitty situation, right? But now she's like
Sam's
sass
super
and
cool.
Now she's like
She's got sass.
It's like
Yeah.
you came from Craster's Keep. That's like the shittiest place you could be. You banged your dad, like
Yeah.
you know,
I
like
think he banged
He banged her.
whatever.
Banged her off.
Whatever. The point is, like, don't sass him. He took you from shit to like not shit. I don't know.
Your sister, mother, aunts,
Your sister, mother, aunts.
all raising your...
I can see, like, Ross, you kind of have, like, you're, like, kind of into Gilly. I kind of saw, like, that.
They're into Gilly.
You kinda
Gilly
saw-
I'm not like
You're into
He's
Gilly.
like anything Old Town is like great.
No, I mean, I just
Like take him back to Old
I
Town.
didn't mind the
He
last.
relates to Sam.
Such a fuck. Dude, I'm glad that you're salty dick and I'm saying.
Samwise Gamgee.
Get that sword, someone who'll use it. Get out of here.
No, I
He's
don't.
looking through the books to find, like, ooh, that's got lettuce wrapped.
Well, that's it for today.
There's no sugar in a direwolf burger.
I'm sorry, we're going back to...
We got enough direwolf meat to make some.
That's fucked.
Oh, he's all dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are they killing the direwolves off?
Because it symbolizes, like, the Starks. The real reason is they don't want to spend money on CGI.
You just have a stuffed one standing in the back.
Just like a stop. Ooh.
No, it was just
I just
standing
want to
there.
know that it's alive. I
Yeah.
don't have to do anything.
The camera trick where Wolf was always in the background. I liked that.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah.
It was convenient. He looks big when he's on top of someone. So
I mean, what's his name? Wolf didn't even seem that big. Like, cut the head. I mean, I kept,
Are they really worried about
kept looking like a regular wolf to me.
What, Grey Wind?
No, Greywind looked huge. No, what was
Oh, Shaggy Dog?
Shaggy Dog?
Shaggy Dog was little.
I guess.
Yeah, I don't know why he was so little. It's because the puppies were all at the same time, so they should have grown
You know who
equally.
Shaggy
I think.
Dog is?
Well, Ghost wasn't Ghost like the
It's
runt of the
Rickens.
litter?
Was he the runt or was he just hidden?
Who?
He was like
Ghost.
the runt based
'Cause
on like...
Because they were like, oh look, there's one for each of the Trueborn Starks,
Well, he was
and then they
kind
were
of
like,
a
oh no,
runt.
there's one here too for John.
I think he was kind of rough because he was white, right?
Yeah, the run of the litter.
Because he's smaller than the other ones, right?
Yeah.
He's not smaller than Shaggy Dog.
Yeah, Shaggy Dog's tiny.
Greywind
Greywind was
Well, here's the
huge.
thing: how long did Little John have him? Was that Little John that had him, or Stark John?
Small John?
Yeah, Small John.
Small John number?
Yeah,
I don't know. He's been carrying that head around for a while.
it's like maybe he had that. Maybe he beheaded that dog like a long time ago,
Well, there was like
and then brought the gift, and so the head's kind of disheveled now.
Well, there was a theory that obviously didn't come to come to true that like because the head did look small, that people thought that he just cut off the head of like any wolf,
Any dog.
and he didn't actually.
Shaggy dog.
He didn't actually.
Like there was like a ploy to get Ramsay's trust.
Because in the books, like there is some like ploy type stuff going on in the background with like armies. So people thought that maybe the Umbers were like doing this to get favor with Ramsay, and obviously not true. I mean, he was very into the fight.
Yeah.
Who rules the North? Who rules the North? I was like, not you, motherfucker.
Yeah, I hate when
Not even you.
he's so into being like a second hand.
Yeah, right. Like why? Fuck Ramsay.
Were the Umbers good in the books? I don't think they were bad.
Well, yeah. Well, they're. I mean, they supported Rob's claim.
No, but like in the books, as far as we know, they're not like on the Bolton side.
I don't think you really know. I don't think you really know. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's alluded. I think it's alluded in the books a little bit that like maybe Small John killed Big John. I don't know.
I remember that being a little bit too.
Friar John.
Well, because I think Big John would never have. He never would have gone with Ramsay.
Yeah.
So.
No one should have gone with Ramsay. It just did not make any fucking
The
sense.
flayed man. Who would go with anybody?
That's another one where they're like, as soon as they turn their back, I'm walking out the fucking back. I was like, I am not with this at all, man.
But it's
What
like,
the fuck are we doing?
Who? I mean, I wouldn't even have recruited them in the first place. When John was going around getting houses, like, do you want to go to the Dreadfort and grab the flayed man? Like, nah, fuck them.
Why are they? We should probably set that house on fire.
Yeah,
We should have people that just skin people as a thing.
yeah. Like, that be their house
Like,
symbol.
oh, that's their way of life. They rape, pillage, and skin you.
Yeah.
It's like, the Greyjoys. Rape, pillage, and fucking noir.
What that's all
The Greyjoys are always some pieces of shit. Like,
the Greyjoys.
I love that part where she's like, that's our way of life. Okay, bitch, well, your way of life sucks. We need to change it. Well, that's what we do, we rape and pillage.
I was like, wait, she's like hesitant.
Well, you're down with that?
Like, women rape and pillage?
Like,
She's all bummed they have to stop
did,
doing
though.
that.
Yeah.
She was into that.
but you want to be raped and pillaged? Like,
She does.
stupid.
Like, do not sell.
Yeah. We do not sell. Yeah.
Well, how about you trade? Just trade. Trade, right?
They're the worst.
They're pretty bad.
Sell boats. You could probably make a killing selling boats.
I think it's weird, like, because they're considered like a kingdom, right? They're one of the 7.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's another island that like they don't ever
Aren't
talk
they
about
one
in
of
the
the
show.
7?
Yeah,
It's like a piece of shit.
because there's the Summer Isle. Remember the Summer Isles? They talk about the Summer Isles in the books a lot, but like
Yeah, the summer.
the Summer Isles never make the show. You would like the Summer
They're
Isles.
probably nice.
You would like it.
That's where I'm at. I'm just in the water of the Summer Isles going, this is the fucking,
Well,
this is why I left.
Well, Summer Isles is like, it's where all the brothers are.
Oh, right on. I was wondering where they are. That's why I'm kind of attached to Dorne. It's the closest thing.
It's like Jamaica or something.
Salvador Sam.
Because like
Yeah.
there was one. Do you remember that kind of annoying, like Summer Isle guy that comes? He's at King's Landing.
The guy, Davos's buddy.
The guy with the bow.
I was like,
No, that guy was his buddy. Did you read the first books at all? You only read.
I only read Feast for
He's not
Crow.
in those as much. I don't think he's in those at all. Actually, he's in the first couple books. He was like a king of the Summer Isles who got like exiled, and he's hanging around King's Landing.
Oh,
And he's kind of annoying, but
wait, what?
he's always trying to get like everybody whoever becomes king. He's always trying to get them like, hey, help me go back and revolt. They never wanna do
Oh,
it.
I remember what you're talking about, but I can't remember what his name is.
Yeah, but he's got like feathers and stuff. He's very
He's
tribal.
like a piece
Yeah.
of like they're like okay,
He's
like
annoying. I guess.
yeah, it's like okay, like yeah, whatever, like just get away.
And there's like the problem is like because even George R. R. Martin like says in like the first books he made like some mistakes, like with the whole Tyrion entrance,
The cartwheels.
cartwheels and jumping off of high things. Like God,
I wish that was in
He
the
was like a
show.
supreme athlete, even though he was a midget. I mean, a little person, and so like it's not as bad, right?
DIT.
Even though yeah. That was the show's word, not mine.
Oh, what happened?
I wish that was in the show, seeing him do backflips.
Ah,
Oh my God, what is that?
like that just makes him seem like a circus performer or something.
That would've been great.
Like, it ruins like any like credibility for
No,
him.
it does.
Because
Yeah.
like the whole point of Tyrion, I feel is like gets rid of the stereotype that like, hey, he's like, just because he's like a little person doesn't mean he's like a piece of shit.
Right, yeah.
But like if you did that, he's like a piece of shit. Like
Yeah. Even George R.R. Martin regretted putting that in. Like, I don't know.
Oops.
Yeah, oops.
There was a thing I saw where George R.R. Martin was getting interviewed, and some guy like brought up the fact that there's no like black people on the show or whatever. He's like, but he's like said it like real like nasty. He's like, why aren't there any black people on the show, kind of thing. And he's like, well, it's like it's kind of based on like European history or whatever.
There wasn't many black people.
But it's
You're on the summer island.
There's a whole fucking part of the world that's not getting touched. He's on one continent. I've never been a problem with it.
They're on the summer. Well, you have an island.
Yeah,
they're on the summer island.
They're on the isle. That's good to know. They're not getting fucking skinned.
Yeah, they're out there. Essos had that one guy.
Yeah, Essos had that one guy that wanted to marry Daddy.
Yeah.
that one guy.
And at first he was kind of like, I was kind of like, okay, I can see. And then he got shitty. I was like,
Yeah, weird. Yeah, weird.
It made sense that he got shitty, but it was like, it can't be. I don't want to be on the team with someone shitty.
We're only team shitty.
Grey Worm and Miss Sam, they're cool.
It's Grey Worm.
Yeah.
It's Grey Worm.
Is he not?
I mean, he's.
Am I like just like digging a hole?
I have to ask you. You're the expert, Nat.
Grey Worm?
I think he's mixed. I think he's black and.
I think they both look kind of married. She looks mixed.
Yeah, they which is. No, they're also cool.
But you're still
The
black if you're
I don't know what I'm allowed to say.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying he's not black. No, we didn't give him a card. I'm saying he's cool. It's like, you kind of want him to win and stuff, but like I don't feel like he can go anywhere being a eunuch.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what are we gonna have? The eunuch king?
Oh, he's not.
We're obviously just waiting out.
Yeah, but he could be like he could be the he
he could be the head guard of the
head of the
king.
King's Guard.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's a good
But
life.
like,
It's a good life.
you don't fucking root for that. That's not a team. It'd be cool if the Summer Isles were a thing now that you're giving it to me.
Yeah.
That's why I kind of want Dorne to be a thing.
I want the
Dorne
Summer
to be a
Isles
thing.
in the show now. Like, I want to see the Summer Isles. Now we're not going to see the Summer Isles. Yeah.
Summer Isles spinoff.
There's so many things we're not going to see.
I've heard like rumors that it's like, they could totally do so many different stories and stuff.
Essos.
Yeah.
He wants to do Dunk and Egg.
Dunkin' Egg.
What's that?
A Dunkin' Egg.
It's like it's a prequel story that he wrote.
Oh, the egg.
Duncan the Tall and Aegon the...
Aegon the Unwanted or something.
Yeah.
Dunkin' Egg.
Yeah. Brienne, he
Stupidest thing I've ever heard.
confirmed that Brienne's a descendant of Duncan the Tall.
Really?
Yeah.
Great.
What's her story, by the way? She's just been like fucking sailing around.
She's on that real slow boat.
She doesn't get the time travel shit.
Yeah.
Because she left when Jamie was at River Run, and she hasn't made it back to the north. Jamie was able to go from River Run to the fucking the fray, which is
I
called
don't think King's Landing's that far from River Run, though.
How well do you think she would have done in that fight?
What?
Isn't the phrase place called?
Well, she went and she was supposed to go get the Blackfish for the fight. And if the fight happened and she didn't get back, she wouldn't even have made it back with the Blackfish.
Oh yeah.
Maybe she could have sent to Raven though. We're coming.
And it slowed down.
She said to say, "Tell Sense I failed."
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. So they're like, all right, well,
So they
we're
went
going.
on without her.
Yeah, she, it's a long way from the north to...
No, but that River Run borders the north and borders King's Landing. It's like that's like the land in between.
I don't know, maybe she just, like, went to Bear Island and hid or something. I don't know.
Why do you want to go to Bear Island so bad?
Because that's where Jorah's
I know.
from. Maybe he went to Bear Island.
He went home.
Or maybe she travels with Jorah from now on.
Maybe, yeah.
You're a good pair.
The thing that really is, like,
What a
heartbreaking...
spin-off like with that, you know?
You know what's heartbreaking about all that is that I was so looking forward to, in the books, when Jorah and Tyrion are traveling together. I'm like, yes, it's going to be so cool. But then he gets Grayscale on the show, so it's like, I wish he didn't travel with Tyrion.
Yeah.
Because now he's fucked when he wasn't in the books.
I think the way time works in Game of Thrones is like Lost in season 4, where like they call they find like a dead body
It's
and
like a flash forward.
Well, it's like when they call and it's like Or they send a Raven, it's like, the doctor's dead. It's like, what do you mean? Like, you said... He's right here with me. Yeah. Like,
Not Penny's boat.
Yeah, right.
Like, Jamie's in King's
Jamie's
Landing,
boat.
but then, like, she's still in River Run. Like, what do you mean? Like, Tom is dead. I just got a letter.
God, that show. Remember that's
Not Jamie's boat.
where Locke just like knifed. Spoilers for Lost. He just like throws a knife at like that Nadine chick.
Yeah, I remember
It
that.
was unnecessary.
It's like she's from the mainland.
She's just trying to get you off.
Yeah.
Didn't she technically work for Whitmore?
She did, but she was like not a bitch.
Didn't
She like kept their secrets.
Well, didn't she work for them just as much as Daniel Faraday did?
Yeah, like they like.
Yeah.
It turns out like
Faraday.
everyone who worked for them didn't even really know why they were like
Yeah.
working for them.
Seems like the show.
Dude, I was so into Faraday that one season, and they just like
Yeah, and then when I killed, I was like, that was it for Faraday.
Faraday was cool actually.
That was it for Faraday. That was it.
Remember they had Charlotte, like, every time they jumped through time, she, like, more, like, died.
Yeah.
I can't take another jump!
Charlotte sucks. Charlotte sucks. I was like happy actually.
She's, like, the only one who's, like, fucking...
Can we just no?
like, her nose is bleeding. No! Not another jump!
I hated Charlotte. She was like such a bitch for some reason. Like I hated Charlotte. I was like, yeah, just like, can we jump one more time so we can just lose her?
She just, like, yeah, but she just got so fucked. Like, they just jumped, like, 4 times, and the 4th time it's just like she didn't make it. Like,
Well,
Tough times.
I think we should shut this.
Did we get,
Shut this motherfucker up.
You didn't get your prediction.
We didn't get your prediction.
I did. That was when I was talking about Jon Snow and Sansa maybe potentially
Potentially.
going like.
Potentially banging.
No.
Why are you?
Oh,
Go.
What?
No, I
you
think
do not know how to use banging.
I think they might potentially.
Beep boop.
There's gonna be maybe some tension there, and it might cause like a rift. And I think that maybe the Jon Snow like being a Targaryen thing. I think we're gonna get more with that, and I think that's gonna again kind of drive a rift with him being the King of the North type of thing.
King of the North.
Rest of it's like mostly kind of similar to what you guys were predicting. I can't. I don't know though. Who knows? The show never goes anywhere I think it's gonna go.
Yeah.
Ever. So
Hopefully we see more of the Hound.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think we're seeing
having an Arya reunion.
No,
they're in similar parts of the world.
I wonder how that would go.
She might seek him out. She might seek out the Brotherhood because she had a thing for Gendry, and he was like last year.
And he's disappeared.
Well, who? She's just gonna keep going doing her list, right? I mean, who's on that list? She got Walder Frey.
the Hound. The Hound's off it, right?
Sounds off.
He's back on now.
Is he back on?
But she doesn't know that.
I feel like the Hound gets a pass.
Who's on her list though? She used to name it all.
I think that's why she
Cersei, the
didn't.
Mountain.
Isn't that why she didn't do the finishing blow? She could have finished him, and she just chose to leave him.
Is Jamie on that list?
No.
Jamie has to be on the list.
I think
maybe that's how
He
serious.
wasn't on the list though of her reciting.
He's
names.
not. It's Cersei,
Just
the
Cersei
Mountain,
is.
Walder Frey, he's off. It was like Walder Frey, Meryn Trant, and then who was the stupid guard who got killed? The Tickler, remember?
Oh yeah.
The Tickler.
What? It was like way back.
She got him a long time.
Yeah, but he was on her list. The Tickler. Micah, the butcher's boy.
The baker's boy.
Whatever. It's the butcher's boy, right?
The butcher's boy. Who was the baker's boy?
He got killed a long time ago.
I thought it was the baker's boy. He's just the baker's boy. I just remember that.
I thought it was butcher, but it could be right.
Well, let's go ahead and close this.
What about your predictions?
Tom, any surprise
Time
predictions?
Just the Hound Arya reunion.
will.
That's the only thing I'm looking forward to.
What if that doesn't happen?
That's
Looking
the only
forward to
thing
that?
I'm looking forward to.
I
The only thing
I don't know. He's out. He's been on his phone for the last fucking hour. He's been out for an hour. So.
What about the Clegane Bowl? They may bring it back. Seriously brings it back.
I don't think
The
that's
Hound
gonna
will
happen.
kill a dragon.
Ow.
No.
I feel like a dragon will eat the mountain. I don't think the mountain can die, can he?
I think if he gets eaten, he can die.
It's slowly digested for 1,000 years.
And then he gets out with a fucking jetpack.
And we're not live.
See you in a fortnight.
See you in a fortnight. Who knows what we're going to talk about next week?
We had a whole bunch of other stuff on the list.
Twin Peaks, Rogue One.
Stargate.
Stargate.
So probably none of those.
Nothing no one's gonna listen to.
It'll just be E3 for like a moment.
See you later.